Nature one. A feeling. You got it. You need it. The music. The DJs. You want it. You love it. Nature one. A feeling. You got it. You need it. The music. The DJs. You want it. You love it. Nature one. A feeling. You got it. You need it. The music. The DJs. You want it. You love it. The Golden 10.
Probably, I can't tell if he's hard or soft. That's a if we're basing that at hard, I would say it's a 4, probably for about as many inches.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the GingerTalks podcast. My name is Ginger Snaps, and joining me, as always, is the wonderful Druid Knowledge. Druid, how you doing, my dude?
I feel fantastic this week, I must say. A fresh head, fresh perspective, ready to nail that down in the podcast today. Yeah, and we're in for a real treat today, aren't we?
I'm so excited. Our guest this week is someone who, as soon as I said I've got a podcast and I'm looking for guests, he's like, yo, when am I on the podcast? And we finally got him on. The wonderful, a hostile Puma. Puma, dude, thank you for coming on. I'm so excited.
It's a pleasure being here.
I can hear that fucking grin. I know that grin.
Oh, yeah, you already know I'm grinning from fucking ear to ear. It's been a long time coming.
Dude, I said, hey, Druid and I are starting a podcast, and almost instantly you were like, you having guests? Can I be on it?
That's right after he said, "Who the fuck is Druid?"
Okay, let's leave all the, minor details out of what I said.
I'm listening. I've got tape recorders in the house. Yeah, I'm listening. I know what you
FBI
said.
tracker on your phone.
So you'll be watching helicopters like the fucking guy in Goodfellas.
As long as you don't pull up my Amaranth chat log, we're good.
Oh, well, I mean, she's been banned recently, so it's not like we can go grab any of those super quick.
Oh, yeah. Damn, my favorite streamer.
I talk a whole lot of shit on Amaranth, and I mean, I don't really give a fuck. I was lurking in one of your streams one night doing one of these podcast recordings, and I just saw you watching some fucking game show that she was on, and I'm like, so Puma likes the finer things, like licking your microphone. Perfect.
Oh, that was Pay Money Wubby.
Well,
Yeah, that was Paid Money Wubby. That's one of my favorite streamers. He does a bit called the Price is Scuffed, and he invites some other people, like streamers, on to do things, and he gives like prizes away to contestants. He actually he was about to give away a car on that stream, but someone they picked the wrong thing and they basically lost it all.
Oh shit.
So sad.
Rip. Wrecked,
Oh.
dude.
yeah, see you on the great drag race in the sky, brother.
Yeah, but I typically like I was just like, yeah, I know where the content's at now. I'm just waiting on Amaranth to show off one of the prizes again.
Yep.
My wife was standing behind me, just like eyeballing the fuck out of me. I was in like heat sweats at that point.
I mean, your wife is pretty fucking cool though. Like, every time I've seen her on stream or like interacted in chat of some way, shape, or form, like she's been dope, and she's got to be putting up with you all the fucking time.
It's hard, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, she was super cool about the fact that I'm streaming this live from my jacuzzi, actually.
God damn.
Like, there's just been, like, you guys think it like ends like off camera. Sometimes it just doesn't. Like, I'll just fucking stand in her doorway, just drop trousers right there, just free balling, and she'll be like, "James, what the fuck?" One time, she was actually on a call for work, and it was a video call, and I didn't know, and I just got done showering in the background, and I'm pretty sure her fucking manager saw my bare ass.
Oh my
Cause
god.
I'm free balling.
God
It
damn
was
it.
a sight to be seen for their managers, at least.
Oh, I'm sure. Fucking lily
And
white
that,
ass.
and that's the way our profits are going up that ass. That wonderfully toned ass, jostling peach.
But yeah, me and Jackie, we've been together going. It's 5 years, going on 6.
Damn, dude. Congratulations.
Oh yeah, congrats.
We are a weird couple. We met on Tinder,
Listen,
of all things.
I
I
met
love
my
that.
ex-wife on Tumblr, so
Yeah, ex-wife. Now you've reblogged her.
well, I mean, it's fine.
Well, yeah. So what a cold, heartless way to start my
Fucking-
contribution to the stream.
Fucking everybody's just like, "Oh god, Tumblr." And I'm like, "I know, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, well, it was the Tinder of its day for people that liked, I don't know what supernatural. I know I don't need to pick on you there personally.
Whoa,
No, but
attack.
no, but I mean, the supernatural got supernatural love on that platform.
Oh, dude, it was fucking stupid. Absolutely fucking stupid how fucking insane it was on that platform.
Yeah, launched 1,000 fanfics.
Oh,
So I
yeah.
mean, thanks for 50 Shades of Grey, Tumblr. I'm rebugging you out my life.
I never dealt a lot with Tumblr back in the day. Just never got into that dark realm of the internet.
Yeah, so yeah, I realised how much of a strange place it was when there was a Tumblr. It had some notoriety, and it was a guy that used to put his balls on like just random objects, and it's like stuff I put my balls on. It's like stuff I put my balls on. Akira the manga, Volume 6, and it was just his balls on Akira Volume 6, and then I knew I'd made it when he made a post, and it was stuff I put my balls on. This band T-shirt, and it was my band.
God
Oh.
damn it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, I've made it. I was like, I wanted to show my mom so bad, and then I was like, no, it's testicles, and oh yeah, it's this whole thing. But yeah, that's when you know you've made it. When I put my balls on chooses you.
Yeah, you're like a Pokemon. He's like, I choose you for today. Just plop
Yeah.
them right on out. I don't know. I wish someone would put their balls on me.
You
We can
know,
arrange that.
I could probably call
you
some
know,
dudes. It's fine. Uh,
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm up for a career change.
Well, that's it. In a girl's DMs is a host of people willing to put their balls on stuff.
Yeah, but I'm lacking some anatomy features. I've thought about getting some implants, boosting up my my clientele,
uh,
but that shit's expensive.
yeah, I I have a friend who got implants, and she's just like, they weren't fucking cheap. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm not. No, no. Do did you know that most breast implants don't do this anymore? But the breast implants back in um the 90s and early 2000s, they cut off your nipple to perform the surgery and then put that bitch back on, or like breast reductions, they do the same thing. And it's like, bro, no, I'm not losing sensitivity. Fuck you. My boobs are fine. Sorry, I just.
Yeah, that
Oh
no,
shit.
that is completely true. Like they did used to do that, and I believe like if if you do a clit piercing, you have the chance to lose sensitivity in your clit too.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that is correct.
it's. No. Like, no. Sorry, not happening. I enjoy my sexy fun times too much to have a piece of metal ruin that.
Yeah, because it's like a 50-50 chance, like you're gonna play Russian roulette with that experience.
Yeah, no. Like,
And after that, what's life, you know?
right. I mean,
Yeah.
what do? You get a dog and move out in the desert and then you're just fucking there? Like, no. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, you get you go back in the past and you just like get Teen Magazine photos of Donny Osmond, and that's the only way.
Like I couldn't imagine it. Like even a Prince Rupert. Is that right? Or
Prince
Prince
Albert.
Prince Albert.
Prince Albert. Yeah. Fuck that, dude. Prince Rupert. That's a Prince Rupert drop.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
sorry.
like,
That's
if you're going to be in the chat with me, can you at least get the royal family correct?
oh yeah. Him. Uh, but yeah, the cock piercing I'm not about. I don't know how it works, don't want to know how it works, and I will never even imagine getting it.
No. Like, fuck that, dude.
Yeah. If your mods are like going to the urologist, power to you, I guess, but like fuck that.
It's just like, god damn. Like, no. Like, I don't. And I can't even think about how that functionally would work on like my end of things, because it's like, what is this? What is it? Stop it. What is it doing?
It's kind of like in the cartoons when they shoot bullets into people's stomach, and then like all of like the like whatever they drunk, like milk or something, just starts pouring out of like 7 different holes.
Right.
I imagine that's what it's like.
That's such a
So
disgusting image.
am I gonna start spouting like cum from like different angles and shit? You know.
Yeah, it's like a water sprinkler.
I was gonna say a cum sprinkler.
Yeah. Shots fired.
Yeah, just get it multiple down the line of my fucking shaft, and then just start rolling around while coming, and just like sprinkle my fucking yard with.
Yeah, but then if you don't listen to the aftercare report, you can just like go down, do the dirty, get some good leg, right, and then it's like you listen to Slayer, and it's like raining blood through a lacerated sky, and it's like popping out everywhere. Shit's like it's a mess. You're like, oh no, why did I get this Prince Albert? I thought it was so cool, and then you just do one giant thrust, and then it comes out like the fucking scene from Alien.
You also need like red strobe lights for that.
Yeah, and it comes out the Prince Albert's at the top. It's like the scene from Alien, and then like because it's shiny, a video game character walks next to it, and it just disappears anyway into his inventory.
Oh my god. Well, so we've started
Yeah, we started with a load of unusable content.
that's fine.
And the Prince Albert episode.
That's fine.
I'm pretty sure that I could be executed for what we're saying now about the royal family. And like, given the nature of the Prince Albert and everything we were saying so far, I don't really want to know how they're going to go about executing me.
Yeah, you done fucked up, bro. It'll be
Death by Prince Albert.
Yeah. Oh. It's he died as he lived.
Shooting cum in every direction.
Yeah. That's it. Well, that's how that's how we're born. Yeah. In my private jet, and I'm actually doing like a jacuzzi ASMR stream at the same time.
No, no, no. I want to die. I want to drop a shitload of ecstasy, bust a fat nut that my heart explodes, and then on my tombstone it can say he came and he went.
God damn it.
We'll get you when you're coming. We'll get you when you're going.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I mean, oh fuck, that's a hell of a like Mortal Kombat fatality.
Puma, have you
Get all, come over here.
Puma, have you spent much time in the Midwest?
Uh, Midwest. Remind me again where that is.
Like Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri.
I spent some time in Kansas.
Okay, so Kansas might have them. There's a gas station chain here called Come and Go, spelled K-U-M and Go.
No, I've never heard of that.
This is like a load of dudes in Slipknot masks in overcoats outside.
So,
But there is a fucking bus line in Korea that's called Kumho.
Well, yeah, it's funny. I went out for lunch today, and they had. It was meant to be cumin and honey infused carrots were on part of this dish, and they'd misspelt it on the menu, and it accidentally said like honey and cumin carrots.
oh no.
I was
Okay.
like, I don't know a situation in which cum makes your eyesight better, but maybe a carrot would help.
Fuck.
I got something to talk about right here. Ginger Snaps link on the Come and Go website. The first fucking photo I see is a girl sucking 2 fucking straws.
The girl with the double fisting the Come and Go drinks.
Yeah, double fisting, sucking 2 straws out here.
They sure are bored as fuck in the Midwest.
There's so many like fucking like memes and shit that people post. Like there's a tweet there's like just tweets of people just being like come and go.
Well, how many truck drivers do you think there are around the Midwest right now going like, "Hey man, how you doing? I'm just going on the I-10. Yeah, I'm driving a load at the Come and Go." Yeah.
My ex-wife and I would call it the jerk and squirt.
Ooh.
Or the we had like it was like we had something with the jizz and something. I can't remember. Fuck, now I'm kind of upset. But there's
kind of sounds like a British pub name, like the Jizz and Pony.
and there's a fucking Come and Go spelt exactly the same way in a South Park episode. They thought they were being funny and original with fucking Come and Go, but it's like, no, we actually like
they've been ripping us off for years.
Right?
Fucking stereotypes.
So here's the big question. You know, like Inside Seaman, which is my upcoming offshoot podcast title, by the way. But you know, Inside Seaman, you know, if you put it under a microscope, it's got the little tadpoles.
Mm-hmm.
So if you've got a Prince Albert, do they like come out with like fucking mohawks and shit?
Dog. Now we're on. We went back. He's like, time out. We have to talk about this shit again.
Like, well, you've clearly captured my imagination.
I'm not familiar with the
I can hear
royal family, so now I'm looking at Prince Albert.
Oh my god.
Are we live looking at dicks on the podcast for a second time?
No. Well, maybe one of us
I mean, we
is.
can.
I could just hear typing. I got PTSD.
No, it's just a banana with a ring.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you could show that on Barney the Dinosaur, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Eat healthy, kids. You get your potassium, bit of the aluminum from the fucking, the shed in your junk.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's it. Live
That's a
dick on the
download
podcast.
file.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm not as good as I was with fucking what I thought I was with computers. So let's just ignore that.
Yeah, he's just downloaded a heavy metal boyfriend.
Yeah, that's fine. Dude, the Come and Go Twitter account is actually really fucking funny. I'm enjoying this way too goddamn much.
What the fuck?
He's found it.
He's found the beans.
No, it's describing what these are. The Prince Albert. So it actually goes in the urethra.
Yes.
Yeah, so it kind of like sticks out. It's like it's like the the first in the battlefield.
But there's a reverse Prince Albert that comes through the hood, and what they have proclaimed as a deep shaft Prince Albert that goes like way the fuck behind the hood. Oh, dude, I can't do that, dog. No.
What do you say we open the hood and take a look what's in the engine room on this puppy? Oh no, under the hood.
God.
Wow.
I'm gonna stick with tattoos as my body modification. That's good, about as far as I'm gonna go.
Oh, you should get a tattoo of a banana with a bit of metal in the top.
Maybe.
That's deep hood. I don't know about Crips and Bloods, but that is deep hood.
So that's a little present for you right there.
Well, oh no. Why are you saying that?
I promise it's not a dick. I'm not doing what I did to Toast.
What? I almost had a stroke reading that. So Come and Go Twitter said, "I love you, come Gonals."
Come Donalds.
No, it doesn't even say come Donalds. There's no D there. It's come Gonalds.
Wait, let me open this bitch back up. Oh my god.
I'm never having mayo at McDonald's again.
I looked at the fucking comments. It says, "Who runs this account?" It says, "Mind your business."
Dude, everybody who's just like fucking like everybody who's just like who runs this account, send or DM me from your personal, I think I love you and shit like that.
Jeez.
I'm really glad they're not shying away from the reality of what they're doing.
Oh, absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, this Come and Go has been one of those things that has been joked about forever, but when, like, someone comes to visit and they're like, wait a minute, it's real? And I'm like, yes, I told you, I was going to Come and Go buying an energy drink and a breakfast sandwich. Like, where the fuck did you think I was going? Dumbass.
I mean, who is the CEO of fucking Come and Go?
Dude, Come and Go's been around for quite a while, but there's two big gas station chains where I live, Casey's and Come and Go, and they run in the same general area. And I'm like, okay.
I've seen a Casey's.
Okay. Casey's, like, I worked at a Casey's for a hot minute. I was a pizza delivery driver, and I told them to fuck off after some entitled rich fucker tried to trap me in my car because their pizza was 10 minutes late. And I'm like, the kitchen is an hour and a half behind. You can lick all of my asshole. I don't care.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, you know your extra pepperoni? Well, that's breast implant nipples, asshole.
That was a slew of words.
Yeah, yeah. I might have abstained from drinking, but apparently, I still talk before I think.
Fucking
Oh
love
no,
it.
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, well, the one in LA, you get a lot of pepperoni.
Fuck. Well, as much as we've been talking about dicks and cum and all that sort of stuff,
Yeah, yeah. Can we just say Puma? Sorry, but take a cold shower, because the function of this podcast is to highlight creators, essentially, and kind of shed a light on the things they do and use it as a platform to kind of promote them and what they're about. So I guess it's a question that is ubiquitous in the podcast. We ask it all the time. I never tire of hearing these stories, the meet cutes, the nitty gritty. How did you meet Ginger? How did you guys get to know each other?
We met through, I believe it was a mutual friend, Storm of Iron. And he was like, he rated her, and he was like, "This is a nice human being." And I followed Ginger, and just automatically right off the bat, like, one of the most genuine, like, humble, like, human beings. Something my parents never showed me, loving. And like
Dark as
it
fuck.
kind of like it kind of made me, like, want to, like, be a part of that, a place that was like, in all honesty, I know my name may be hostile, but a lot of my virtues are in Ginger's chat. A lot of respecting each other, a safe place for other people, like, whenever they want to, like, talk about something that's, like, personally on their minds, like, I will stop my whole act if someone's having a bad day and, like, talking about, like, you know I had a real bad day. I'm glad I come to this stream and it brightens my mood. Like, I'll stop, like, being hostile and be more, my who I am, James. So, and Ginger does that phenomenally, and I just got stuck there because it does feel like a place where I'm welcomed, and just a perfect environment for a good community.
Yeah, I totally get that. In all honesty, same. Like, there's a reason people stay in Ginger's community, and it's exactly that. It's a sense of community. It's why we do this podcast at the end of the day. But what a rich character we have here in Puma, because as you said, there's two sides. So tell us about the other side. Tell us about what what gets the Puma going.
Jaeger, that gets Puma going. Speed runs, shit talking, metal, a lot of that.
Mhm.
But really, when I'm on stream, it's a lot different. I don't know. I just get into, like, the mindset. Like, I just feel like I click go live, and I'm just like, all right, think you're already done with people's shit for the day, and then, like, it just goes from there. Like, I had one dude come in the other day, and he was just like, he called me Reflections little brother, and I don't know who Reflections is, and I was like, oh, so you're some no name coming in here talking shit to me on my stream. Like, immediately, like, fucking dude was shut down. Like, I was like, fuck, man, like, how do you come into here, don't even know me, and then, like, just want to say you're fucking good and shit like that? I don't know. I just hate really egotistical people, I
Mm.
guess.
Well,
Yeah.
Puma, where I first saw the hostile side of you, and where I actually first saw your name was in Waylon's stream. I was
Yeah.
lurking very quietly in Waylon's stream, and I would chat occasionally. And, like, I'd see your name, and, like, Waylon would talk about you, and then, like, you and Storm and Norman and all those guys, like, y'all started talking a whole lot more, and I'm like, I'm just gonna sit here and be a quiet little supporter because I'm weird. And now it's just like, hey Puma, hey Puma, hey Puma, hey Puma, hey Puma, you suck. Love you, bye.
Exactly. Like, when I called you and I was in the desert. Well, I called Storm, but you were there.
Yeah.
And like just fucking like you guys are some like friends that like any time of the day can contact me. I may be asleep, but I will get back to you.
Yeah. Like it's one of those things where like people who know me really, really well, they know that I suck at keeping like a constant communication or being all like, it may just be all like, hey bro, I was thinking about you the other day. Here's a message saying, hey, miss you bro. Talk to you in 3 weeks. Like
Yeah,
that's
I'm the exact same way. I don't even call my dad anymore. Like it's sad to fucking say, but like I'm just so shit with like keeping like timelines on a schedule. I just really like just live life by the fucking minute, I guess. I have to be
Yeah.
reminded to like brush my teeth and shit.
big feel though.
I completely relate to that, and it's disgusting. I mean, you know, they don't call them British smiles for nothing.
God damn it. Yeah, it's just kind of wild because like the friendships start forming and then like the people you get to know, cuz Puma, I don't know if you know, um but I know I told Storm, but when Waylon came to Des Moines and I went and saw him, uh I was asking him about this music venue from where I grew up, and he goes, "Oh yeah, I played there tons of times." And I was like, "Yeah, my brother played there a lot." And I said, "You know, I think he might have opened a show for Shroom, but I don't remember." And he says, "Well, describe it." I said, "He's a big old fucking dude. Bass barely came down past his man tits because the strap was so short." And he goes, "I know exactly who you're talking about. I remember him. He was a damn good bass player." And I was like, how fucking full circle is some of this shit right now?
Oh, it is a small world, and I mean, I've I've been East Coast, Central. Now I'm living on West Coast, and like I was playing a game of Dead by Daylight with someone that like literally lives like 15 minutes from me. Like I didn't even fucking know.
Wild.
With me and Waylon, I was listening to his music. It's gonna show a little bit of Waylon's age, and if he sees this, I'm sorry. But I've been listening to his music since I was about 11.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I became a fan of his. Like I really liked the music he created here, or with his previous band, and I didn't know he had another band, and I had him on Facebook, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm streaming over on Twitch." I popped in. I was like, "Hey man, what's up?" Like just kind of shot the shit, and he said he was looking for another mod because uh he like a lot of the work that's done behind the scenes is done by Julie, and
Yeah.
Julie was his only mod. And he was like, "Shoot me a email, and I'll see what kind of stuff you have, like saying that what qualifies you to be a mod and stuff." And
Mm.
he was like, "Yeah, dude, you're basically good." I had been streaming for 6 years at that point, so I mean, it's a pretty good resume, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Waylon, like, I mean, I talked to Waylon just as much as I did Julie when they came to town. Like it was so fun just to like sit and talk to them and just be like friendly and real. And Julie was just like, "Oh yeah, I definitely know your name from chat." And I was just like, "You do?" Like, because that's just the kind of shit that I never expect, and it's just so fucking weird to me. And but it's weird how those fucking connections happen. Like Storm was just like, "Yeah, I was Waylon came into my stream," and I was like, "Waylon who?" And he told me, and I was like, "Oh, that's fucking tight, bro." Like that's so cool. So it's
I I uh I like both of them are just genuine people, and like
Yeah.
they'll tell you right off the bat like how they feel. They have no filter
Yeah.
about like certain things, and that's what I love about them the most. They're real genuine, humble, wholehearted people,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that's kind of where like our circle just like that's like a big foundation of our circle.
I was gonna say those kinds of people bring in other people like that, and that's what makes like when you two were talking about me and shit. Like I was sitting here like just sliding down in my chair trying to hide because even though no one can see me, this is all audio. Like hearing people say that shit, just like it. It's the warm fuzzies, but it's also the like, wait, people actually think good things about me. I'm gonna go hide now. But that's also why I love having like that's why I'm so excited that you're on and we're able to talk and just do this. Like I want to give back to dope ass people. So I think you're dope. That's it. No more mushy gushy shit.
Well, I think it's a lot like I listen to a lot of rap, and it's a lot like NF's lyrics. It's like a lot of people know me, but not a lot know me well. You know,
Right.
I really want to change that. I want to like people to actually like my life is an open book, and not a lot of people ask particular questions or like give two shits.
Right.
That's why I'm super excited to be here.
Well, and that's like I know you're a genuine good fucking person. Like there's no questions about that. And like you're one of those people that when you can be there, you're fucking there. But like you do a lot of shit. I mean, your job took you away from us for a month and it was a very sad, lonely month. We didn't have a whole lot of hostility and it was sad. But like, you know, fucking listening to you talk about like Jackie. You talk about how much, you guys give each other shit, but I also know that you love Jackie and there ain't no way around it.
I wouldn't be like I said. I wouldn't survive if it wasn't for her.
Right? So, I mean,
Uh,
so you've been streaming for 6 years. Longer than that now at this
it,
point.
yeah, it's 7 by now.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, that's
Am I
fucking
counting that
wild.
right? April 2014
Yes.
was my
It's
first stream.
7 years.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you say every number up to 10, I'll just edit in the correct one.
Okay.
Or keep you counting to 10, which is just the most boring content that we could come up with. But hey, we've got to fill the time.
Right. I
Like back then, I started with Call of Duty.
no.
Me and my friends that I still talk to today, we were part of a big Call of Duty organization, and we we could have went professional at that point, but I did my shit, went joined the army, and basically kissed that career goodbye. And like it was crazy back then. Like that was like when I had a Terraria stream where I just had picked up the game free on Xbox Game Pass, and I was just like, oh, let me just try it. It looks kind of like Minecraft, and I digged Minecraft at the time. Um, and I threw it on, and like my highest like view count was like 20, and that was super fucking big back in those days. Like
Damn.
people were just like joining my fucking game and just dicking around and shit with me at that point.
Shit, dude. Like,
Yeah, that's serious years under your belt there. I think like out of everyone, like you probably have like enough experience to match the time spent on Twitch, like of all of our guests put together, which is fucking wild when you
yeah.
think about it.
I wonder if I can check like total hours streamed.
There's a spot on Twitch. If you look in your achievements under Insight, there's an achievement that's like, for me it says the Empire business stream for 1,000 hours total. And I'm sure there's more to that, but it should tell you how many hours you've streamed.
Empire business.
Yeah, the
I gotta control F that.
because I'm sure you've hit that one.
Oh yeah, I hit that in 2018.
So yeah, I mean, the other place. I've been on a certain site quite a lot recently. After the whole fucking Twitch leak, I've been on Twitch Tracker a lot, and the numbers aren't perfect, but they're pretty goddamn close.
Oh yeah, I've looked up myself.
All time. Let's see. Hours streamed, it says 1,110. But I feel like that might not be right.
Yeah, I do 12 hours on a regular basis.
Right.
Like that doesn't seem at all right.
Oh, the time period is wrong. It can't
The time
track.
period?
Yeah, it can't track before November of 2016. So since November of 2016 to now, you've streamed 1,110 hours.
That's fucking gnarly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, account created April 3rd of 2014.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, that's
God.
7 years. Fuck me.
That's wild, man.
I haven't done anything for 7 years.
I just keep it going. Like it's something like where like people like I've joined like small streamer groups like trying to help people out and stuff. And a lot of people are just like, how do I get to affiliate fast? Or like, how do I grow my community super fast? And I'm just like, y'all aren't actually doing it for like the fun of it, like the enjoyment. Like
Right.
that's what I love.
Yeah, I mean, I've said I don't know how many times, would I love to be partner? Fuck yes. But am I gonna do it the wrong way? Fuck no. Why would I? There's no point in doing shit that's gonna risk you losing your channel for growing incorrectly, like for cheating the system, or like just losing what fucking makes it worth it.
I mean, a lot of people lose their minds too. Like I just like throw on a fucking game that I enjoy playing and just half the time I don't even fucking talk. Like
No.
unless there's like a good conversation going on, like I'll just sit there mindlessly like looking at the screen playing and then like whenever someone says something like strike up a conversation, but other than that like it's just like a hobby of mine.
Right. Like,
Yeah, it feels like the the kind of sports movie or something where the athlete, he's at the top of his game, but he's forgotten why he's into it, and then he has to go like play some ball at the local park
yeah.
and remember what got him into this shit in the first place.
Yeah, and that's like the whole thing with all this is like, yeah, growth is amazing, but if it's fake growth, then that's cancer. Like, let's be real about it.
Yeah, get rid of the growth.
Yeah, I like a genuine like community that's about me. I guess that's kind of where I played Dead by Daylight for like the longest time. And if like the Dead by Daylight community is really weird.
Oh.
But they're weird in their own ways, but like it's good weird.
Mhm.
But like if it's not Dead by Daylight, they typically don't watch you. Like I was going good, the ball was rolling, and then I think I switched to World of Warcraft or something. I can't remember what it was, but like poof, everybody just dipped.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually wearing a mask back when I came back from Korea.
Oh.
Yeah, I wore a Slaughter to Prevail mask while I streamed. You guys know the band Slaughter to Prevail?
I've heard the name.
Yeah, it's slightly familiar.
Yeah, I would wear their mask because when I came back from Korea, I felt like I was like either too depressed or like too like scared to like show my face back on stream again.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually I just got it out of my system.
Yeah.
Like I think it was a New Year's stream and I just took it off for good.
Respect, dude.
Oh.
Like,
Yeah, and that's good growth.
yeah. Like, when I started, I didn't even have a webcam, but I got my hands on a webcam and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. And it just happened to be, I had planned a stream, and my first affiliate stream was my first stream with a webcam. And it was just weird. It was just absolutely weird feeling. And now, like, I kicked on my webcam on a Discord call last night, just randomly. And it feels weird for me to get out from behind my desk and go like hit my day job, like hit my old day job for a day, and like hearing my legal name and like walking into someone's house again just feels so fucking weird now that I've spent all this time in front of a camera. It's wild.
Oh yeah, some of my friends at work they call me Puma. Like like they saw my stream and they're like, "Hey Puma," and they'll see me answer to it and I'm just like yeah, what's up? And then they're like, "Damn." What's going on with that? And I'm like, "Dude, it's just it's in my head now. Like that basically is my name."
Right. I mean, Druid and I talked about this, I think, in the very first podcast episode.
Yeah.
And he asked if I ever came to visit if I would call him Mike or Michael, or would I call him Druid? And the reality is, like Toast, I know Toast's first name, and sometimes we use each other's first name, but I don't. Usually it's just Toast, like Authentic. I call him by his actual name, like if I go see him at work, but I don't, like, people that I know in real life will call me Ginger, but they don't call me by my legal name. And so hearing it is, sometimes I just forget that my legal first name is Amanda, and I'm like, what? Huh? Like, it just.
Well, even hearing you use my real name in passing there, it just sounded so strange.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, in this space, I just am Druid. That is who I am. In many ways, I prefer it. But, you know, it's like I always talk about the Matrix. It's like the Matrix. You know, if the Matrix were real and we were to get unplugged, these are the names that we'd use in the real world, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was. It's kind of hard for me to go by my first name because, like, being military, I do go by my last name a lot, and then I come home and you know, Jackie will use my first name, but everybody else knows me by like Puma.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
when I went back to an open mic recently for stand up, and everybody's just, hey Amanda, what's up? And I'm like, not responding because it's the evening. Everybody calls me Ginger in the evening. It's like my porn name. Like, everybody calls me Ginger. And so I'm not responding to my own name, and I'm like, oh shit, hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you. And they're like, where the fuck have you been? And I'm like, Making money on the internet.
Yeah, further bolstering the porn name.
I mean,
Rhetoric.
That's what society wants us to think. They want us to control us by our dog names. But I'm not doing that. I'm Puma, you know?
oh shit. Well, that's like people laugh at me when I say, I have my government name and then my stream name, and they're like, "Your government name?" And I'm like, "Yeah, the one that the government knows me by."
I have this fucking 2-bit piece of shit name that I get my residuals on. That's where it ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, because apparently I get my residuals through and it just says old timer.
First of all, I'm older than you.
Older timer?
Mm-hmm.
There's not much in it. We're the same age.
Yeah.
Really? I mean...
Yeah.
I honestly do feel like I'm like always the youngest out of the group for some fucking reason.
Well,
that must feel nice.
No, I honestly do, because like I get along with people so much older than me. Like that's the like not the weirdest thing, but it's like it's just what happens. Like I don't know if it's like maturity or like my sense for like, degenerates or something. I don't know what it is.
Whoa, are you calling me a degenerate?
No, my sense for like degenerates, like don't hang around with degenerates.
All right, I was about to say, if you're calling me a degenerate, I mean, you're right, kinda, but goddamn.
But I mean, we're good at hiding it.
Right. We just shove that shit down in the hole, and we'll come back and talk to it later. I'm a fucking monster. I'm so sorry.
You're fucking spin it on my head either fucking way I goes. That was a fucking loaded question.
Yeah,
no, I mean,
comment.
Like, so, but that's the thing. Like, you're in the military,
Yeah.
and that is your job, and the military, and like, I have a feeling like you got some shit that just made you become an adult and mature a lot faster than everybody else. Which
I think it stemmed a lot more from when I was growing up, to be honest, rather than the military.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you guys wanted to like go into like a Puma story or something like that, like that's fine with me. But like, there were certain like significant events in life that I definitely had to mature from, and like kind of survive on my own there for a little bit. It was something that, I share stories with like a lot of people, and it's like I always say it's not to like throw my cock on the table and say my fucking life is worse than yours, or like want you to feel pity for me, but it's like it's kind of like strength in numbers. Like I've been through this, and if you've been through something, let me know. Like this is an open conversation.
Yeah. Well, and that's, I mean, I don't know how much you've been around for some of the me sharing big deep shit about my past, but I mean, I firmly believe that people who have gone through similar types of shit or are going through the same, like they have the same like general issues, they all kind of band together a little bit, and they find each other is really what it is. They find each other, and healthy, some unhealthy relationships, but healthy relationships tend to form, and like shit like that. I mean, nobody's fucking perfect, and if you're perfect, you're the weird one. Like,
yeah, there's one kid that I went to school with. His name was James Van Wy, and a cool fucking dude. Like, dude was definitely above like the IQ level of majority in the class, but he was considered the weird one.
mm-hmm.
And someone was like, why do you like hang out with them sometimes. I was like, weird is only how you perceive it.
Yep.
Like, what's normal to you is like what your own perception is. If you widen that perception, like, you'll actually find not a lot of people are actually weird.
Right. And that's the thing I love about what I'm trying to do with this podcast. And, Druid does it really well too, is we look at, the different people in the community, because there's a lot of the times there's one common thread. It's a connection between either Druid or myself. But so many things are so similar, but everybody is different. Everybody has a different, history, a different story, a different outlook. I mean, the variety that is this fucking the guests we've had on this podcast. It's insane.
Yeah, you like literally every week it's so different how
Mhm.
these things turn out, and it's just it comes with like learning. Everything is relative, right? And a change in someone's shit, it's relative to that's their perspective and their experience changing on their terms. If you kind of get what I'm saying,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
but it's the shared experience of going through that like level of change in your own life. But it goes back to what you're saying. That's what community is at the end of the day. Is sharing in those stories. And as you say, Ginger, like big part of what we're doing here is like sharing that, and hopefully emboldening the community somewhat through dialogue. Because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we're all just here having a good time shooting the shit. But there's more to it than that.
Mhm. I mean,
Yeah.
I got kind of deep on the fifth episode. Like, I got kind of deep and I got real sappy and mushy gushy, but then, couple episodes around it, we're making dick jokes and writing dicks on the internet, and just or getting drunk and recording. I mean, it's the variety in the community, because you look at Puma and you look at Puma's streams and you think, okay, cool. It's a metalhead who probably works in like a machine shop. He's this is just kind of who he is. But you get to fucking
The
know
chiseled
Puma.
chin.
That that fucking jaw.
The fucking the mandibles on this guy.
But and that's the thing, like, fucking, we were talking about Vlad earlier. Vlad will, like, Vlad's got his opinions. He's got his outlook on thing, and he's very certain and very strict about this and that and whatever. But also, I haven't talked to Vlad in forever. And if I dropped him a message and was just like, "Hey Vlad, can I talk to you about something? I know we haven't talked in a bit." When he reads that message, his answer is gonna be yes, because he's a genuine fucking dude. And Vlad scared the piss out of me for a long ass time.
Vlad can be a very intimidating dude, but like, the thing is, like, he would give his shirt off his back for anybody that, like, is within like decent friendship with him. Like, when me and him first started talking, me and he wanted to get to know me. He had just became Wayland's third mod, and he wanted to get to know me, and we popped into a Discord, and me and him were talking about our military service, everything like that. It was like a fucking, like, me and him had been fucking friends for like 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not even joking. It's like we didn't even skip a beat in life. Like, we just understood each other.
Yeah. Well, and like, when I say when anybody who's gone through like mental health stuff or whatever, when I say we look at each other and we know the look, and it's just something, you see it with a lot of like military people. People have been in any military anywhere across the world. You look, who've gone to like significant war. You can look at another military or service member and go, okay, I know who you are, or like I know sort of who you are, and I could probably guess a lot of what you've been through or have an idea. And there's that instant camaraderie. And the weird thing is with streamers, it's the same thing unless they got real lucky and like shot up to success
That's what I'm saying. Got
like
you were okay. You're about to get on Puma all fucking hyped up here now. All right, yeah. So the one thing is like me and Vlad, we have different stories, but like I've never actually like deployed. I haven't. The main thing I've done is non-combat rotations to Poland, Korea, stuff like that. So non-combat. Really, it's more of a vacation than anything. Like, but yeah, the same cookie cutter shit. Like that's exactly what like I try and like stay away from is just repeated acts of like the same shit. And that's like I also that's what you do. Like I've never seen someone like it takes a lot of confidence to actually like sing on stream, and I can't do it unless I'm fucking shit faced. But that shit takes a lot of confidence, and like a lot of people, like I don't know what it is like that's lacking. It's just like maybe like no emotion, no feel or something, but like it is just a draw of a number. Like you get lucky, and then like everybody just holds you up on a pedestal, and they're like, "Yeah, we choose this guy to be famous," and it's like, what the fuck?
right.
Like that's so weird. Like I used to be a fan of Moist Critical, and I'm gonna be talking a little bit of shit here. I still do love his content, but like the one thing that like made me realize like yeah, this dude's made it was when he had what I believe his girlfriend and two other friends on his stream, and they were opening Pokemon cards.
Mhm.
That's when that whole craze was happening, and all he was doing was reading chat while they opened the Pokemon cards for him, and they'd be like, "Oh, look what we got," and he'd look at it and be like, "Oh, that's fucking sick," and put it in a pile, and then
Mhm.
go back to reading chat. He basically had a workforce doing something for him while he just sat there, and I was just kind of like blown out of my mind. I was like, "How does this shit even happen?"
Right. It's
Yeah, he's basically running a sweatshop.
Yeah,
sweatshop for
of
Pokemon
people.
cards.
Yeah, but of people like let's say I were to blow up and like my friends from work would be like, "Hey, can I be on your stream?" Like fucking like is it basically they're just doing it for the publicity or clout as the new people say it. And then like eh, but like what are you going to say? Like I would tell them, "No, I want to do the work myself." Like I mean, maybe we can go like fucking on a hike one day, like do an outdoor stream and fucking like do something you can be in it, but like I wouldn't want you working for me for like free.
Right. Well, that's like this partnership between
Open
Druid and
call,
I for
open
this.
call, open call to anyone listening. If you want to do free labor for the podcast, just send me an email. I'll be really happy to take you on. Think of it as work experience.
Yeah, we'll put you in the credits.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. It's like the Star Wars crawl, except it's like people with stupid fucking usernames.
That that's kind of
Mm.
like the problem I have with me finding an editor for like my streams and stuff. I want to have someone that like that I can rely on for like YouTube content because I do want to start pushing stuff that way, but like the thing is like I don't have upfront money. I
Mhm.
don't get paid a lot with the military.
Right.
So the thing is like I talked to someone about it and I was like, listen, like I already know you're doing like basically half the work. So if we were to start producing YouTube content, cut it 50-50 because I'm just the content creator, you're the one that's actually like doing the editing and everything like that. I feel like that's a fair trade, but He hasn't gotten back to me yet. He's actually busy with college and everything, so I completely understand.
So I am not like I'm actually getting ready to start hopefully producing some YouTube content after the break and after my move. Like my plan is I'm moving, I'm going to get everything set up, and by Christmas I want to have a steady YouTube schedule. But editing video is, it's not that it's something that I can't do, that I don't want to do. It's getting used to watching myself like on video and do it all the time kind of thing. And but
Oh, it's hard. Like
yeah.
I was editing my Sea of Thieves video, and it like I dumped hours into this video just for like a 2-minute clip
Mhm.
of like my highlights, and like just hearing my fucking self talk, I was like, oh dude, you sound so stupid.
Right? It's just like, oh god, do I actually sound like that? You talked about the music streams. I have them recorded. Like I have all the music stuff recorded. I have yet to go back and listen to it because it freaks me the fuck out to do it.
I totally get that because I do a lot of music and I sing, and record myself singing a lot, and then I have to listen to the isolated vocal track of me in my bedroom just sounding like a complete asshat. And you
I
start
can't
listening
even
to
imagine that.
you're listening to and I've got big aspirations, so I've recorded like harmonies. There's like four, you know, just in my ears. There's four of me blaring out like trying to be like fucking Freddie Mercury or some shit.
Yeah.
It's absolutely not that that's an influence of mine, but it's just painful, man. And even editing the podcast, listening to my voice back. Oh my god,
I
it's
really just wish
oh,
I could take the fucking fear away, because like there was one part I did, I was singing Knee Deep by fucking Devil Driver, and like it was in my car, and I feel like I hit that shit so fucking perfectly. Like a lot of people have like been like, hey, your screams are pretty decent, but your lows need working. And the fucking beginning of that song is just a fucking complete scream, and I was just like, I fucking nailed it. I was like, god damn it, I wish it was recorded.
Well, that's
uh,
everybody that I know who watches me frequently. They know that I've sang on stream and I've done that, I've done that kind of stuff. They're like, "Oh, you should do it more. You should do this." And I'm like, "Okay, what you need to understand is once I get going, okay, I'm fine, but I to just like, hey, I'm gonna just randomly do a music stream. Oh no, I've got to spend a week and a half listening to every song again. I've got to spend a week and a half making sure that I, actually know what the fuck I'm doing. My voice is actually warmed and ready. And like, I go so hard on it, but I am so like, the subathon and the music stream have been the two streams that I was most nervous to hit the go live button on. Like my heart rate jumped to 150 beats per minute when I hit go live on my subathon stream. And I'm sure it went just as high when I hit live for that music stream. I was fucking terrified.
I yeah, I mainly like I'll go back and like watch like the VODs of when I get drunk enough to sing on stream, but like I'll go back and watch the VODs, and if there's like one bad song, I'm like, nah, kill it. I don't want people clipping that.
Yeah, it's
Like I don't know what it is. It's anxiety for me, but like I also have a clip for you that
oh.
I feel like I did pretty good. Uh, Hurt 9 Inch Nails.
Ooh.
banger confirmed.
And there's I feel like I did it pretty good, but there is a hiccup I noticed in it. But after that, like I feel like I did pretty good with it, that I can send to you.
Hell yeah.
And you can make that for your next charity stream a donation goal for everybody else to fucking hear it.
Oh shit. All right. I'm fucking down. Like I I owe a minimum of one music stream. I think I might owe two now that I think about it. Because we did a music stream, or there was a subathon goal for a music stream, and then there was a charity goal for a music stream, and we hit them both. Oh, fuck. But it's fucking wild. Like, it's, for me, like, the anxiety of those kinds of things. You know, you said it takes a lot of courage, and really it's just me freaking out and like, okay, I can do this. I could do, like, I'm pacing, like freaking out, and then I sit down and I hit the button, and then I pace some more, and then I hit the button to change scenes, and then as soon as people start talking, I'm like, okay, yeah, hi, I can do this. My hands aren't shaking. Shut the fuck up.
I have this real bad complexion to like ask people like, I'm like, did I do good? Like, what did you think was good, bad about it? And then like, I'll even ask them like, what do you think was bad about it? And then like they'll say like, oh, you could have done better on this part. And I'm just like, God, the song fucking sucked. Like,
Well, I think I've got a bit of perspective on this kind of thing because, I've mentioned it a couple of times on the podcast. Like, I'm a music guy. I've had, you know, a good level of success in the past. I've played with some amazing bands, like shared the stage with some big acts, played to a lot of people. And I'll tell you now, you know, that was a little while ago. I was playing to like, over 1,000 people. And so, for instance, recently for Ginger's charity stream, I'd been working on some solo material. I just recorded it in my bedroom, not for loads of people to hear, but basically a purchase of that went to Ginger's charity stream. And just pressing the send button and, you know, getting people to listen to music I'd made, and not even on the scale that I was doing before, filled me with dread and this like kind of fear. And I think that's part of it. And you feed off that nervous energy. And I think the minute that you lose that, actually, you're on a downward slope.
Mm-hmm.
okay, yeah,
I've said it
go ahead.
before and I'll say it again. If you lose the nerves and the drive to wanting something to be better, and the want of critiques and things, you have lost your passion. You have lost your way in whatever it is, whatever that is.
Yeah. Because the day I go on a stage and perform, and I am not shitting myself, it could be one person, it could be 1,000 people. The day I've lost that, there's no point going on
Right.
because it makes you, it brings out the best in the performance. Sometimes it can make things more real. Even recording yourself. But the thing with recording, and this applies to kind of moving from streaming onto kind of content that's more mapped out and planned. There's a different anxiety there on knowing when to stop and not trying to perfect it constantly.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for you guys moving from streaming to like pre-prepared and pre-recorded content, that's the thing you've got to get over. It's knowing when to stop, knowing when things are right, and striving for perfection's good, but sometimes it's those more vulnerable moments or real moments that are the best that you can capture.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was just now thinking. I was like, sometimes the things people don't want to see is perfection. Like sometimes people just do like that, the raw material of whatever you're producing, and it's kind of like people would say Slipknot is a great band and stuff like that. There's probably a lot of criticisms over their Iowa album.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
The best album that they did, in my opinion.
exactly, like music critics and like critics in general are just horrible with things, and they want you to be able to. It's like, oh, why did you choose this key instead of that? And it's like kind of just different things, and but what the fans loved was that absolute like raw, like just talent.
But this is something that's lost. Especially in music at the moment. And again, from personal experience, and I noticed somewhere around maybe 'cause I've been making music for years, and somewhere around 2014, I was in a group. We were looking at some like good success, but then what it becomes is not just about the content you're putting out. It becomes a whole curated image
Mm-hmm.
around that. And to be honest, I think there's something, okay, boomer moment here, but I think there's something lost in being too curated, too clean. You lose that kind of sense of authenticity about yourself, and I think that goes for like any art form throughout history. Even down to paintings. Because if you look at, like, say, the Impressionist movement and Impressionist paintings, that kind of need a little bit of imagination to kind of see what's on the canvas. Imagine if those guys just made photorealistic images, then you would have lost something in the translation of what they were trying to say.
Right.
Bro, fuck yes. Like later Picasso like paintings, like the distortion in them and stuff like that, like, and then you like tying back into music, you go back to like Pink Floyd, like fucking dropping acid and shit like that, and like The Wall, which is my favorite album, which was just written because Roger Waters, his dad was I believe he was a British soldier, but I don't know the all the
Yeah,
details about it. But
he was
like
an, he
just a
was an,
beautiful fucking album.
yeah, he was an Air Force pilot, and he died before Roger Waters was born. And that whole record, The Wall, is just about like spitting venom at the situation that he was left in,
Right.
Yeah.
and yeah, and creating this whole like theatrical piece. That through that, through the lens of that loss, showcases all these things wrong with society. And imagine if he had toned it down and cleaned it up, it wouldn't have the impact.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Bro, I fucking love this conversation.
Yeah, I was like, oh, yo, this dude gets me, man. Pink Floyd.
Yeah. I'm a music junkie. Like I look into a lot of like I'm more of a like I get like basic music what is that? Music theory, but where I specifically look into is like lyricism and stuff like that, and what's the meaning, like everything like that. Um that's kind of like why I had developed a love for Mushroom Head, because their meanings weren't just out there written on the page directly for you to like feel it. It was kind of up to your own interpretation.
Right.
Uh, just like with the music that Waylon's putting out today, it's vague, ambiguous, so that you can connect to it a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, that's
Hmm.
when I went and saw Waylon and all the guys. I was sitting there and I was taking pictures and a little bit of video here and there, but I really just was there for the show. And it was really cool to see that most of the people didn't have their phones out and weren't, they were actually present in the show. And something hit me, and it really kind of went back to the root of one of the first times I commented on a live stream of Waylon's, and it was on the anniversary of him being clean. And Julie actually remembers my comment from the live stream because I said, hey dude, super proud of you. As someone who's got 13 years under the belt, like I'm proud of you. You're getting through some of the toughest times, and you're gonna make it through. You're gonna make it even farther. Like, just one of those. And like, something hit in one of those songs, and like, I
It
was
brings
out.
you back.
Yeah, I was outside smoking a cigarette, talking to Waylon, and I was like, we started talking and about something, and I was like, dude, I just want to say thank you. And then like, I started to break the fuck down, and he was just like, oh God, no, like no, it's fine. And I was like, no, just let me get it out. Like, you're clean and sober, and I'm not buying you a drink. I'm buying the other guys a drink if they want one, but like, you want to pop or something, I got you. Like, because it was that conversation of not drinking and not doing drugs and stuff, and someone offered me a little bit of weed, and I turned it down, and Waylon just looked at me kind of confused, and I was like, no, dude, 13 years. And like, the only reason I said anything was because just the music just fucking hit me like a goddamn ton of bricks. But that's the thing I love about music, is it can do that, but it can also just give you some of the best fucking feelings.
Well, Waylon and me had a thing where if he hit 500 subs, he was gonna stop smoking.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he's like, you know what? Fuck it. He's like, I'm not gonna smoke anymore. And then him, Storm, Vlad, everybody was hounding on my ass, like, Puma, fucking stop smoking. Like, fucking Waylon's doing it. Like, they basically fucking like gave me like the real fucking situation. Hey, you're trimming fucking like each cigarette could be an hour off your life.
Mm.
And I quit that fucking day. Like, I
Right.
have been without a cigarette for, I'm not going to count NTC because
Right.
my vape actually broke out there, and I wouldn't have. I threw my goddamn charger into the fucking desert. That shit pissed me off. That really did. They put
Oh.
my charger on like a piece, like on a little stand-up chair, and so it was on top of someone's like uniform, and they were mopping the fucking, it's called a combat kitchen, and there's a puddle of water there. Someone picked up their uniform and dumped my charger into the water, and I took it. I was like, all right, who did this? And they're like, we don't know. I slung that shit into the desert. If the water didn't get it, I did. I like hammer fisted that fucking charger like a primal ape into the ground.
Oh my
And
God.
yeah, so I had to resort to cigarettes. But ever since NTC, haven't had a cigarette. But before then, I believe my last cigarette was in April or May.
That sounds about
That's
right.
good going, dude. Because I feel really guilty because I'm having one right this second.
Oh no, dude! I don't even get the feeling. Like me and Waylon, we vape, but like it's kind of like, a lot of people have told me like it's like empty promises. It's like, hey, quit smoking. Hey, quit smoking. It's bad for you. It's like, no shit. I get it's bad for me, but like when like I was sat down and like it's like all my friends and someone I look up to, like fucking like, and my wife jumped in on it. She like all everything coming down. It's just like, it's like fuck yeah, you guys are right. And that weekend I went and bought a fucking vape. Stopped.
That's
Yeah, I did a few months, managed not to with the vape, but But yeah, the thing was, I went to a bar and got drinking, and that's because like half of the battle is habitual, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And like
Yeah.
those moments, it's like I don't really do it that much, but then during the podcast, I'm like an absolute freak. Like I just like, I turn black.
That's like with me and driving, man. Like if I get in my car and I want to fucking smoke, I just want to smoke while like just the initial start of the drive.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but you got to think, I got to do that at like 5:30 to go to PT. Then I got to do that to come home for breakfast, going to work, coming back from lunch, going to work from lunch, and then back home. Like that shit adds up over time. And then I had also gotten my my car. I traded in a car, so I had to change. I was like, I don't want to fuck up this car,
Right.
so I didn't. I stopped smoking when I got it, but I didn't smoke in the car when I had it previous, like before me quitting.
Yeah, that's my rule at the moment. Not in the car
And see,
because
that's
you just don't want it to smell bad.
right. I I've been I'm trying to quit smoking before I completely move and settle into my new apartment, which that's in about 3 weeks. And I my plan was to stop smoking at the beginning of the month, and then I got a whole slew of just shit happened, and that's my stress response. And I don't smoke enough that it's not going to be super hard on my body, but when I tried vaping before, I turned into a hostile ginger. Like, I was ready to rip people's fucking throats out.
Mm.
And
You see, it worked for me,
oh,
but my shit broke, and I've just never got off my ass and fixed it. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
I was so close, guys. I was so close. I was like months.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, every puff is filled with shame.
Well, and a lot of people either don't realize that I smoke, or I make a joke about it. But I, I mean, I come from a long line of smokers, and it's
Yeah.
just something that kind of fucking happened. And I quit for 6, 7 years, something like that. And I started smoking again, and it's so fucking expensive, and it's just so shitty. Like, because I
Yes.
don't even get my car started half the time, and I already have a cigarette lit.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
It
wild.
like what it, where mine started from is like um yeah, my entire family smokes,
Mm.
entire family. And my dad had like open heart surgery, and actually he's had a heart transplant. Um and just that whole scar down his chest, he would always remind me. He's like, don't fucking start smoking because this will happen to you. But then right after saying that, he'd light up a cigarette.
Mm-hmm.
And like it seems so absurd to me. Like it's like, knowing you go through that, why are you like still doing it?
Mm-hmm.
But he quit smoking within the past year or two. It's just been like, I feel like everybody's like really working together.
Yeah.
Yeah, which totally helps.
Well, and I almost did the thing that Waylon did, because I was there the day that he announced that he was going to quit smoking and he was going to vape. I was in that stream, and I was super tempted to do like, hey, I will quit smoking if we hit X number of subs, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that for personal reasons. But like, good on anybody who like fucking does shit like that? Like, I
It was really like the thing was like when you hit a goal, like it's harder to like pick up a cigarette when you're going back on so many people's word.
right.
Like, and that's how it was for me because I told Waylon, I was like, if you quit, I quit.
Mm-hmm.
And then now it's like if I pick up a cigarette, I'm going back on his word. And then like that just like it kind of forces me to like keep with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, yeah, and on the other side of that, you know, when I went to the vape, there were 4 other friends doing the same thing, and they all caved, and I was the last one.
Mm.
And it, you know, it did make it that much harder. The fact that, you know, I was like, well, fucking hell, everyone else is doing it. I want to join the gang again.
Yeah.
Right.
You're sitting there with the vape and everybody else has a cigarette and they're
Yeah.
just like, do you want one?
Yeah,
And
yeah. No, what's that android dick you've got in your mouth? Yeah, yeah.
It's
Sucking that fucking android schlong harder than Captain Picard on Series 3 of TNG.
hell yeah.
God damn. Well, and like,
Oh, I don't compute this data.
well, and like when I was at the con with Storm and Juju Beans and Lila, like when I'm doing a road trip with someone and we take my car, I'm always up front and I'm like, hey, so I usually smoke in my car. However, I will do my damnedest to not smoke in the car, or I will be like, hey, do you mind? We'll roll down the windows, we'll, do whatever to make you as comfortable as possible. But just like walking from hotel to hotel, I just be like, hey guys, you go ahead, I'll meet you there. I'm gonna go back here and smoke a cigarette away from you guys. Like, it just makes you fucking feel weird. It makes you feel kind of shitty. Like, I don't know, it's.
Yeah, you've just there's a sitcom in the UK called the IT Crowd, and they had an episode because when the smoking ban indoors like took effect, it was around the time this show was on, and they had an episode where it was kind of funny because it's exactly what you're saying. The the woman who smoked in the office would have to go outside, and it was like Soviet Russia. And they were like, "Do you think they're gonna find us, Dimitri?"
Oh my god.
And it's like bleak and snowing and shit. And she's like, "You think they're gonna find us, Dimitri?" He's like, "Yes, but we must smoke." It's like that compulsion, even though nobody else is doing it.
Yeah. Well, and like I go back to stand up and there's always someone out back smoking a cigarette. Always. Or you go to the bar and there's always someone out front or on the smoking patio having a cigarette, and then you just end up sitting there talking and then you end up smoking more, and it's like, god damn. Like, when I would go to stand up constantly, I would go through triple the amounts of cigarettes than like I normally do.
Jeez.
And it was just because we'd all stand there and we'd smoke and then we'd talk and then we'd go grab another beer and then we'd end up outside smoking, and I would bum them to people, and I was just like, fuck, man. And so now at this point I'm like, nope, I am not I'm slowing down and I'm gonna quit. Like, I can't keep fucking doing this shit.
Well, how's stand up? I've actually like thought about like stand up before, but I've never actually like delved into that world.
So stand up, like, there are some people who are like, um I can definitely see why you did stand up. They think that I'm funny, and I'm like, I think I am not funny, but cool, thanks. But there are some like core rules to like stand up. Like, when, um, if you have a 5-minute set, you want to you either have one really long bit that has lots of callbacks, but there's the ebbs and the flows, or you cover 2 or 3 different things. And like, so the writing of the stand up is hard. I don't write sets. If I have like, it's like, cool, I'm gonna pick this thing and I'm gonna go and I know I can make 5 minutes out of this topic or this storyline or this conversation. And it ends up working. I have a 5 minute set about red flags on first dates, but it's 2 or 3 different first date experiences that I've had. And then, but it's all the same, under the same umbrella topic, but I'm still hitting the different things and finding your rhythm. And there are people who make tons, who can book shows constantly or whatever, and they're not that funny, but they know how to talk to people. And then you've got people who are insanely funny, but can't get they can't get, the time of day somewhere because when they're not on stage, they're just sitting there writing in their notebook, or they're, out back smoking a cigarette, not talking to anybody. Like,
Yeah.
stand up is a lot like streamers. Like, I mean, it's just streaming. I mean, it's all about how you market yourself. Like, I know a girl who's relatively funny, but she, in less than a year, went from taking stand-up classes and only going up and talking about how her tits are big to she now has a monthly show and she's traveling all over the Midwest. But then you've got me, who's only ever been booked on one show, and I've had people like lose their goddamn mind, but then I can't get booked on anything. And I'm like, cool, it's fine, whatever. Like, I'm not doing it to make money. I'm doing it to have fun. And
Yeah, I'd really like that experience.
stand-up comedians are some of the nicest fucking people or the biggest assholes.
Oh yeah. I feel like there's no in between.
Yeah. Like,
But it's funny because you say, "Oh, it has a lot of similarities with streaming," and here's something I think that both things have in common is definitely it's something that everyone thinks they can do,
mhm.
but it's hard work
It is.
because it's as you said, stand up takes more that not that I'm a stand up, but I like a lot of stand up. But like stand up is more than just being like a funny person.
Mhm.
And and like everyone that got like a fucking laugh at a fart joke in school thinks they can do it.
Right.
But it's the same as streaming. Like, hey, I like games.
Right.
I've got a neon light in my room, and I like to play Call of Duty. So I could probably do this thing. But then there's so much more to it than that.
Right.
I've thought about it since a young age because I really like, in my way of like combating like depression with people and stuff like that, like I would want to make them like smile and like laugh. That was
Mhm.
kind of like my
Uh,
thing. So
Yeah,
and people were like, "Hey, why don't you why haven't you like thought about like doing like just trying it?" Like, nah, ain't me.
well, it's funny. I'm completely the same way there. In that I was that guy at school. You know, I got a lot out of seeing other people laugh and stuff like that. And I've considered stand up a couple of times, but then I almost prefer like this, like what we're doing now,
Mhm.
because because there are moments where it's funny, but if a joke doesn't land, we can then pull it back and
Right.
be like, yo, well, let's talk about something.
Well, even if a joke doesn't land, like I mean, there's workarounds to it. Like you can bounce off someone else, like just the rebound, the like conversation, like you can go down a whole fucking tunnel of fucking jokes, kind of like with the whole Prince Albert shit. Like
Right.
that shit was funny.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's bring that back.
Well, and the thing is like, um, with stand up, I could deliver the exact same set the exact same way in 3 different rooms, and I will get 3 totally different reactions. I mean, it's definitely a it's a weird it's so weird. And I know other stand-up comedians from my local scene who stream, and there are people who are really good at marketing themselves. So they like hit affiliate really fast, but then their average viewer count is really low, or they don't get a ton of subs, or like it they do really well in certain moments, and then don't they don't flourish the way they want to. And it's you know, that's a level of performing that is so, weird. I mean, I did a stand-up set while I was withdrawing from my meds because I couldn't afford them anymore, so I stopped taking them. And I was like I couldn't control the like shakes and the sweating, and my mouth was dry, and I was in just full withdrawal. And I said, I could stand up here and I could talk to you guys and try to make you laugh and make a joke about how I'm shaking, but I'm gonna just be real instead. I'm not gonna sugarcoat anything. I'm just gonna be absolutely fucking real and raw, and you guys are gonna be really uncomfortable. But guess what? We're at a bar on a Tuesday night, and you're watching a bunch of non-professional stand-up comedians eat ass. And it got a chuckle. And
I actually started to laugh a little bit at that.
like, but I mean, just me being kind of real and raw got people to laugh. And then I took them down a little
Yeah.
bit of a darker path, and then I brought them back, and I was like, so I may be up here shaking, and I have cotton mouth, and I look like I'm coming down off a crack bender, but guess what? I still did it. And then I sat down the mic and I walked off the stage, and the host was just like, holy shit. And he stopped me and like made me give him a hug.
Yeah, and then he went, ladies and gentlemen, Michael J. Fox.
Fuck. Well, because like in if you look statistically, stand-up comedians are more likely, and performers and like public figures are more likely to struggle with depression and anxiety and suicidal thoughts and all that stuff. But nobody is allowed to talk about it because of the fucking stigma behind it. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. I'm gonna talk about my shit all I want because it's mine. And I could do whatever the fuck I want, bitch.
I really think if you don't have thoughts of like you're going 70 on the highway and then you're like, what if I just fucking whip the wheel to the right? What would happen? I feel
Right.
like if you don't have normal thoughts like that, like it's like really? It's like, are you lying to everybody when you haven't at least like thought about it?
Right.
Yeah. I want to I really want to go on stage one day and talk about the time I'd basically been through like a mental health crisis. I got to as low as you can imagine, and I really want to go on stage and tell the story about the time I went into a department store, and I'm still standing by, and I just got out of this like horrible time, and I'm still standing by. Elton John was playing on the store radio, and I started bursting into tears whilst buying sweaters, and that's like.
What the-
Yeah.
Ellen Johnson's come on, you're like, you're fucking
Yeah.
beautiful,
Yeah,
man.
I was like, you know what,
Fucking love
man,
you,
we're gonna.
man.
I was like, you know what, man, we're gonna fucking get through this, okay? And like, the clerk's looking at me like a piece of shit.
I
Like,
mean,
Yeah,
who's this crackhead? Oh god, no, but that happened, you know.
yeah. That's kind of like I was just thinking, I was I first say? It's probably how bare bones the fucking humans, like how humans can get. Because like whenever I was at my training event at in California, like I was like we didn't have anything. We had people that had cooked for us. We didn't have like porta potties. We shit, piss, everything out in the fucking desert. Like, and there was one at one point we had stopped at around 11 o'clock at night. We were on a convoy, and then I went far enough off the trail to where I thought someone couldn't, see me shit. And there are these people called OCs that kind of observe us and make sure we're not doing anything illegal and stuff like that while we're out there. And one thing is you're supposed to shit into a bag and actually like throw away that bag into a dumpster that's marked for those type of like hazards.
Hmm.
But what had happened was we didn't have bags, so I was full on shitting into the fucking ground in a fucking hole I had dug. And sure enough, a fucking OC comes with blackout headlights, meaning like they can see me, I can't see them type shit.
Oh fuck.
And I was just bare assed fucking doo doo strings coming off my fucking ass. Like I was like, yeah, you caught me. Yeah, I'm shitting right now. And also, I got attacked by fucking ants while I was shitting. Like the ants are like drawn to shit or something.
You aren't actually a wild animal, Lieutenant Puma.
Bro, I like.
Back to the fucking barracks.
I was just thinking about how bare bones can you get as a human.
Right.
Like I really started to cherish toilets.
Well, I've had fucking, like, I was sitting in the middle of a coffee shop talking to someone, and I just straight up, like, just ugly fucking crying for no goddamn reason. I mean, like, somebody asked me once, do you feel like it's cringe when you cry during your streams? And I was like, why would I hide my human fucking emotions from the people who probably know me best and are the ones supporting me? Why would I hide my genuine reaction to their kindness? Like, why would I not just be a fucking human? And I think that's one of the things that, like, it's one of my more endearing qualities is that I'm just very real and very human, and it's fine. Like,
Oh, look at this, so wholesome.
I think I can. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I fucking hate when people are just, well, isn't it cringe? And I'm like, you may think it's cringe, but I don't. Fuck you.
Like the whole.
Oh, sorry.
I'm so sorry. I keep talking over people.
No,
but like
I'm so bad. I'm so bad for it. I've listened back to. I've had to edit myself out so many times, just talking like a fucking asshole. So sorry.
But-
Continue. You're the VIP here.
No. But the only thing like that like I can relate to that person for is like I feel like I have a real like lack of showing emotion a lot of the time, and that's definitely a problem. Like I don't know how to fix it, but I feel like people that are very lacking or of the ability to show emotion tend to think emotions are a lot weirder than they actually are. Like
Mhm.
they are completely normal, like human fucking reactions to shit. But for someone like me, like I don't I when I see someone cry, I immediately like think like pain, and it's kind of like hard to watch. I don't think of like happy tears because I very rarely ever have those happen.
Right.
So it's just something like I guess built up inside of me where like emotions are weird.
Yeah.
I like to call it Hank Hill syndrome.
What my
Bo-
emotions are flatter than his ass.
You're like, oh, Bobby, what are you doing with those emotions over there? Yeah. Are
I-
you having a goth phase?
Jesus fuck.
I love that it was like a British gay Hank Hill. That was
Would you like to come to the pantry?
Ladybird.
Oh, she's a good girl.
I'll tell you
I
what.
just sound like I sound like a fucking Elvis impersonator.
Yeah.
You want to hear about like I had an idea when so I was running an academic conference and we had this at the college I work at, and there was this philosopher guy, well, a philosophy PhD guy doing a talk, and he was saying like he was talking about moments, you're talking about like raw human moments and how raw can they get, and he was talking about catching yourself in the mirror, uh, in difficult times and just seeing that like raw moment like kind of bubble up and become real. And it got me to thinking like, rather inappropriately at the time, to be honest, like imagine if you were like beating one out and you caught yourself in the mirror as you were doing it, and then just having to come to terms with that dead-eyed expression. Like, what do you come to learn about yourself in that moment?
I'd start
That
fingering my own mouth.
yeah, like it's so hot. No, but like dead eye, like just like flapping away. You sound like a pigeon in flight, uh, and then you just catch yourself dead eyed looking at like I don't know what, like your iPad or whatever
See,
people watch there, and then like you're dead eyed just watching, someone that probably hates themselves, like jumping on some dude, and then you've got this dead-eyed expression. You sound like a bird in flight, and then catching yourself in that moment and being like, "Oh, this is who I am." All that
the-
education, all those moments of emotion and like humanity gone in an instant, like tears in rain, as I stare and see myself with a dead-eyed expression.
Oh my god.
I've actually had like not to that extent of like cranking it and see myself in the mirror, but like when I'm like blasted and I look at myself in the mirror, like usually I give myself the most disgusting look and then fucking just go back to streaming.
Right? Oh my god.
Uh, yeah, the mirror is the worst. I was on an LSD trip one time, and they say like the one thing you shouldn't do is look in the mirror. And the problem is in my bathroom, the mirror is right over the toilet. So think what you want. I have to stare myself in the face every time I take a piss. So I go for this like acid rainbow piss, and I'll catch myself in the mirror, and I look like a fucking Van Gogh.
I I can't just a mirror while I'm pissing. That's almost like as worse as a mirror while I'm shitting. Like I can't imagine what that would.
Uh,
I've never had it happen, and I hopefully never do.
well, I didn't choose the layout, but like there it is, and like it's lucky I'm not beautiful because I would never hit the ball.
It's better than my layout. Like my layout is a window, like right above like the
Oh
toilet. So
shit!
like I could literally open the window and like look out and see people walking on the sidewalk and be like, "Hey, what's up?" They wouldn't know I'm pissing, you know.
Yeah, see that's what Jeff Bezos has, and he just imagines that he's pissing on everyone's heads.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll piss on you faster if you get a Prime membership.
Uh,
That's so hot.
Yeah, finger in the mouth.
god damn it. Yeah, there's something that dudes and for some women I'm sure, but there's something that they're always just like, I love just watching a girl get off. And I'm like, by yourself? I'm like, yeah, isn't it hot? And I'm like, do you think I really want to look at myself while I'm flicking the bean and like no. No. Even if I thought I was hot, I wouldn't be like, yes, mirror, let me see. I need to like no. No. That's why I don't edit my own fucking streams down for anything. Just no. No, Gingy no
I thought
like.
you were- That's why I edit down the part of the stream where I flick the bean.
No.
Because I just don't find it hot.
I
When I have a kill streak on card, now that's hot.
I just yeah, I just feel like, you know, I don't know. I do understand like the point of like watching someone like become satisfied and stuff like that, but like for me, like it's more like the action, like my partner, like it's like I want them to be satisfied. It's not like a thing on the internet where I just like watch some like random shit. No, it's more like partner based for me.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's called like having a healthy perspective on the matter, and you're not watching too much like fucking internet material at that point.
I found myself
Yeah, I don't have to worry about fucking ED. My shit's busting in like fucking 5 seconds.
I've literally had to say to multiple people recently, reality and porn are two different things. And then they'll say something and I'll just reality and I'll like point at something and then I hold out my hand and I go porn. Know the difference. Get figure it the fuck out. Like you are a grown ass person. How can you confuse reality and porn right now?
Because like, when's the last time you found reality in a paper bag in the woods?
I mean, they're trying to make those things uh come together more often because like I'm not gonna put his name out here, but one of my friends does have what's called a Mia Malkova fleshlight, and the fleshlight is an actual mold of her organ. So yeah, that's it's too fucking weird for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mia Malkova. Maybe she wants to lay with me. Yeah, I've not got a job.
It's I'm fucked. Like I have been around my fair share of porn related things. And I had a nasty habit of accidentally being the first person to take someone to a sex shop and having to teach them, a grown ass adult, basic things about their body. Like, there's this girl that I worked with a couple years ago, and I took her to the sex shop for the first time, and it was me, my ex wife, her, and her boyfriend. And she picked up like a porn DVD and she goes, "That's gross." And I went, "What?" And it was a compilation DVD of girls like squirting or something. And she's just like, "They're just peeing everywhere." And I went, "Wait, what? Stop. Stop everything. We we need to have a conversation here because you don't understand basic functions of your own body right now." And then
Yeah, I still believe pee is stored in the balls. So I mean,
it's because you nut so fast.
yeah, that shit's like automatically built in.
I got my backup load, the Amber Dragon.
Oh God. If this episode's not titled The Amber Dragon, I'm quitting.
Yeah, well, I was actually toying with the fact we were talking about Prince Albert's because we had Golden 10. I was thinking about maybe calling it Titanium 12.
Oh my God. Holy
I
shit.
am down for whatever.
Oh God. He always
What
pulls a good title.
fucking roller coaster.
Well, we're
Yeah,
about.
bring a fucking snorkel.
we're gonna change gears one more time, and we're gonna get into
Thank God.
one of the weirdest segments of podcast usually, but I don't know
Fuck
about
yeah.
this one. We're gonna just jump into some guest questions, and I know Puma, you've been preparing a little bit. You've seen what some of the past guest questions have been, because you don't like surprises. But we've got
Yep.
some ones that aren't in the Discord, and we've got some that are. But we will start with the guest question that every guest gets. If you could have one mundane superpower, what would it be?
Yeah, and I totally forgot to Google mundane. So can you run the definition or like a rough estimate of like what that word means by me?
So if
carry on.
if you want the definition of mundane, lacking interest or excitement, other words, or in the they also say dull, or so like something that's just kind of everyday, very pedestrian, something that's not like I want to fly, I want to be able to read people's minds. Like if it is something like that, it's very limited for a specific purpose kind of thing.
You can't save the world with this power, but you could probably save a few minutes out of your day.
Yeah.
So one I want, not one I have, correct?
If you could pick one, what would it be? And it could be something you currently already do, amplified, or something that you wish you could do.
This isn't your Peter Parker audition into the fucking domestic Avengers.
This is tricky. This is really because I was thinking of what is my mundane superpower. Now it was gonna be my ability to fuck up anything good I have going for me. So if I could have one, geez, this is just like mundane superpower. What is it? What has been the answers before?
So, like Lila, she said, be able to bloom flowers for something nice, or become invisible for like 20 seconds to get out of an awkward situation or conversation. There's been things related to cleaning. There was somebody said the ability to have my trash just picked up off of my floor. I'll sort it, I'd have to sort it later, but picking my trash up off the floor for me if I'm streaming and I drop trash on the floor, kind of thing.
My mundane superpower, I would assume like, cause I got it. My mundane superpower, for me to be able to listen to music and hear everybody else without wearing headphones or anything, earpods, nothing, all the time. Music makes my life so much better. And like if I could hear it all the time, that'd be perfect for me. Like it'd take my like worlds of stress off of me.
Yeah, that's cool.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I'm surprised with that answer that you don't work in retail.
Oh no, dude, fuck retail. They hear like fucking California girls like 24/7.
Oh, it's fucking awful.
Like they play the same ones. To be honest, the best like station I've heard at a like retail store or really anywhere is a Sonic. Sonic has some fucking bangers.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one at Applebee's, like they were playing like Evanescence, and I was like, this is really like the weirdest place to be playing Evanescence, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
They can have going under playing while their business is failing.
Right? It music is such a fucking thing that people like when you remove music from like their lives or their everyday existence. It's like, no, seriously. Music is one of those things that is just absolutely so fucking important to so many people.
Yeah, and it's crazy when you think about it because it's like vibrations in air.
Bro, I was just thinking about that.
Like
Quit reading, get out of my
yeah.
head.
Because this is like when I first had my music come out on vinyl, and like I had the record in my hands, I was like, bro, this was like a year of my life it took to make this thing, and then I'm looking at the grooves on the record, and I'm like, this is just the vibrations of that moment. I'm like, whoa, bro, it's vibrations in air.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. And like how just the thing that they harmonize together just to like I mean they could bring down someone's like blood pressure like it's honestly crazy how like therapeutic music is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to add to like my growing list of mundane superpowers, this would be a good one. Is that if you thought of like a tune or a song in your head, just for that to be existing as a piece of music in the world. Like, so you didn't need to play an instrument, you didn't need to do anything, but like the vision in your head of a song, it's just like it just happens. It just appears as a piece of music. That'd be cool as fuck.
Yeah.
It's just music is just such a wild thing. So I really like that answer because I never would have thought of something like that.
Yeah, that's like almost too good. Can you come up with another one about like farting in it? Like,
I actually did
yeah,
have another one like thought of.
Yeah.
yeah, like so you fart out the Price is Right theme tune and then get all the answers.
Like I do enough PP Kegels to where my next one would be just the option to just come on command and just like be like, you know what, I'm having a rough day, just fucking just and then fucking continue on about my day.
Oh, and it's in different directions because you're fucking sweet as fuck, punk rock Prince Albert.
Punk rock
Yeah,
Prince
yeah,
Albert. That's a fucking
yeah. Like and my superhero name would be the Cum Colander.
bro, you could reach record numbers.
Oh,
Like
fuck.
my record personally 8 one day. 8 times.
I'll disclose it off recording.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Yeah, well, it was a tough touchdown on the asphalt that day.
God damn it. Yeah, I won't be talking about or disclosing some of that info, but yeah, let's just say it's different for a woman. Um, but
Oh yeah, just keep going.
20.
we're not gonna talk about it. But I both of those are pretty fucking fire because I mean, let's be real, just fucking that release so good, so worth it, so needed.
It's really stress relief like all around.
Yes. So I can dig it. Yeah. Fuck.
We'd like to thank our sponsors, cum.com.
Adam and Eve code Puma on checkout.
You'll
Bruh.
be coming. He saw you coming.
I want an Adam and Eve sponsorship. I don't give a fuck. I want an Adam and Eve sponsorship.
Yeah.
Have you
I wouldn't mind it.
Have you seen the weird shit they send to the people that they sponsor?
No.
dude, they send them like a box of like, and it's under the guise of like, we think you might like these items based on your content. And like when you open the box and you like put out like your video or whatever, and you're like, I don't know why they sent me a giant inflatable like Anna Nicole Smith because I'm into dudes, but
Oh, we can work with this.
like or you just like but they almost meme the people that they sponsor with the fucking types of packages they send them. It's so fucking good. I want Adam and Eve
Bro,
sponsorship
if I
just
could
for
just
that.
get an American flag dildo just hang in my room, I'd do it.
I'd send you a Great American Dream or Great American Challenge. That's what it is.
Yeah, the 3-foot monster dog. I don't think I haven't seen it before.
I was gonna say you've got to know. That thing is as big around as my fucking arm and fucking.
That thing's bigger than my future. And the thing about it, it'll intertwine with my future if we keep talking about it like this.
Hey, Adam and Eve.
It's great. It's just great to hear, proud Americans coming together.
Exactly, coming together.
So Adam and Eve, make sure you reach out to a hostile Puma and GingerSnap67 for potential sponsorship opportunities. Okay, thanks.
That's adamandeve.com. Allowing the serpent to enter your garden.
God damn it. I hate it here. I want to go home. Mom! Mom!
We'd offer you 10% off, but we know that you want more.
Fuck. Do we want to redirect to some non-sexual questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So we've got a couple in the Discord server, and then we've also received a couple from Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess let's hit a couple of these out of Discord, and then we'll see what we got from the Twitter questions. How about that?
That's fine with me.
Cool. What's the story behind your Twitch handle? From Ronnie Tonic.
So my Twitch handle came from one of my friends. Back when, like how I had said when I started streaming, I actually had just recently changed my name from like it was just like my middle name and a couple of random numbers, but I changed it to a hostile Puma because he was a friendly Puma, and he was a real nice guy. Me and him were like best friends at that point. We could always like talk and shoot the shit. And I went to go see him before, and like it is just all in all a great guy. Kind of someone that like kind of paved my way for like my Call of Duty career, and is someone I still look up to today. He's been doing a lot of great things with the culinary industry and stuff like that. And I just really do appreciate everything he's done for me. And I don't want to change my name because this is kind of like an ode to our friendship too. You know?
Hell yeah. That's super fucking cool. I love that. We've got another. I do really like that. That's super fucking sweet and wholesome. Would you another question from Ronnie? Would you rather go skydiving or cave exploring?
Ooh. I would say cave exploring, because skydiving you can only do it like really like once, and then that's your like it, not that it's not going to be exciting like after doing it, but there's only so many things you can explore and do with skydiving. Cave diving would be, you could like there's so many different caves, so many different things to view, see, observe. Um, and there's a lot more to the ocean than there is the sky, you know. There's
Yeah.
there's still creatures being found and everything like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I would go cave exploring as well. You know, just purely for the fact that eventually you're going to come across someone's like secret lair.
Yeah. Or I can just pick up iPhones off like a fucking like beach and just resell them for profit, cuz I'm a sellout.
I mean, I would probably go. I'd probably go cave exploring, but I don't even know if I would actually say that with certainty. I fucking hate heights. I fucking absolutely despise like feeling claustrophobic. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't do any cave diving where I have to like fit somewhere like
yeah.
squeeze myself into something. Fuck no. That's just for the birds.
Yeah, I don't like I'm so fucking weird about that shit. But um and just the thought of having to jump out of a plane and not be paid a ton of money for it. Yeah, no, fuck all that. I'm
Yeah,
cool.
unless I got like Red Bull sponsoring me, good luck.
Yeah, and you got to be strapped to some fucking ass hat that fucking loves it. Some
Oh
like
no, I want to pull the
yeah,
cord myself. I want to have the like what is it, the risers. I want to be able to operate it myself. Like if I do go skydiving, I don't want to be attached to anybody. I want to be able to do it myself, like by myself.
Fuck that. Fuck that. Strap my ass to some muscle bound dude and just fucking
yeah, but
cool.
just fucking imagine it. Can you feel the G-force? You're like, shut up, man. You're like, fuck me.
What happens
Didn't
if you just don't like the dude you're with? Like I got to sit
you?
with him for like however long it takes until we drift down. It's like, bro, I don't even fucking like you.
Yeah,
Right?
just sabotage his fucking parachute.
It and fucking in the cave, all you can hear is that's it.
Yeah, just the Sonic the Hedgehog water sound. You know, yeah. I can't wait to step on fucking player 2 Tails' head and jump out of this fucking deep asshole.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. That's a tough question, and I don't like either option. I'll just happily sit my ass behind my computer or like go for a hike. Oh.
I think cave exploring, like with like what is it? Cave exploring, without like the claustrophobia, then yeah,
Yeah.
like it'd be really easy to just get chem lights, like the like little fucking glow sticks, and just drop them so you know your way out. But I
Mhm.
mean, other than that, like I'm not gonna be going like fucking super fucking deep into it.
Fuck no.
I won't be cave diving like it's fucking Amaranth's fucking snatch. Fucking shit's got an echo.
Puma is just like, I'll go muff diving.
God damn it, Puma. Fucking love you.
Hello, hello, hello.
You just go down into a cave and there's just like 5,000 fucking idiots called Hoss.
Oh shit! It said I for some reason like immediately my fucking mind went to like underwater cave exploring. I didn't even think it was like
Oh. No, it just says cave
You know,
exploring. It doesn't say there's no
I mean
specifics.
underwater cave exploring would sound dope, but like I've been like like on a cave like exhibit before, and honestly it wasn't that bad. It was actually pretty cool. Not too many claustrophobic things. I do it like really enjoy like learning about cave dynamics, about how like the water will drip off and the sediment from inside the water will cause those like long like it's almost like spike shaped rock
Yeah.
structures in there.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Pretty cool.
stalactites.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually went to a cave recently. On my last vacation, I was out in the wilds. Inside the cave was a picnic area built in the 19th century, and it was cool as fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so they'd carved like benches into the wall and shit. It was cool.
Hmm. Yeah, I've walked through caves underneath Niagara Falls, and I've done walked through like caves and that have formed in like gorges and stuff. But caves, they're just so like caves can be fine, but I know that there are tight spots in caves, but I also cannot bring myself to jump my ass out of an airplane unless that airplane is going down already or I'm being paid lots of money to do it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will never pay someone money for me to jump out of an airplane. That's just
Fuck no.
outrageous.
Fuck no.
The army will pay me for it to jump out of an airplane, but my knees are worth saving.
Yes.
When I was traveling around Europe a few years ago, I met this dude from New Zealand, and he jumped out of a plane over an active volcano, and I just thought, "Fuck that, you dumb shit! That's fucking evolution."
That's a Darwin Award waiting to happen. Absolutely.
Yeah, the wind blows in the wrong way, and you're slowly like descending towards a fucking like the mouth of a fucking volcano. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, but like, nah, dog, that ain't for me. You will literally burn up before you even fucking touch lava. That's how hot it is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun god is gonna have to wait another day for his fucking pound of flesh.
Yeah. I fuck, dude. Mm-mm.
Next question. We're not fucking outdoors people, Ronnie. We like to watch people play games, often late into
Well,
the
I
night.
mean,
At the night.
to be honest, like doing like the French cave exploration, where like they have the like mounds of like skulls and shit, like that would be something to do. Like it'd be gnarly, but
Yo, I've been to that in Italy. There was a place I went to, and it was the fucking crypt of the Capuchin monks from like the 1700s, and that shit was fucking wild, man. Because like they just hung them up there, like they would hang the dead on the walls, fully clothed, and because it's like all limestone and shit in there, like the clothes were still preserved, so you could see like fucking 17th century monks still in their robes, but they were just skeletons hanging off the wall.
Jesus.
that's
Well, why don't we grab one of those Twitter questions?
Yeah, cool. So I've got 3 on Twitter from 0121 Dylan. Thank you very much. You know, people, please continue to send me, my Twitter handle's Druid Knowledge. Feel free to send questions at any time, like this fucking legend of a dude here, dude. He says, so he's got 3 questions. I don't know if we've got time for them all. So I'm going to start with his most kind of risque one, I guess. And that is, what conspiracy theories do you believe in?
ooh. Conspiracy theories that I believe in. Ooh, this is a risky one because this one's actually like near and dear to me. Like, it's actually recent. It's one that I haven't heard. Like, something I believe myself. I've came up with the theory myself. I don't know if anybody shares thoughts of it. One, Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself. That's one I wholeheartedly believe. Um, uh, and a conspiracy theory that China had made the coronavirus to disrupt the Hong Kong protest because they were getting too out of hand, and it just got it was way more easy to contract than they could like contain it, and it got worldwide and started to mutate. That's one that I believe. That might be too far out there though.
No, I
Well,
don't
no,
think
well,
so.
well, this is whole. You know, we don't get political a whole lot on this show, but like, didn't some like shit come out recently, and like it's like Fauci was basically fucking caught lying, like hook, line, and sinker about this shit. And it, you know, the nature of the coronavirus is that it just fucking changes all the time. So now I'm hearing that people uh have had the coronavirus and they're just like shitting themselves. There's no respiratory problems, and I'm like, that had to be made in a lab, man.
Yeah, that's
Right.
what I'm saying. Like my friend's just shitting his brains out now, and it's like it's either something for like population control or like just fucking it was something about all the riots happening at that point, because there was national riots. There was riots happening in the US, Hong Kong protests. um I don't know if Venezuela was still happening then, but like a lot of things were going on at that time, and just kind of like it was like, oh, everybody stay indoors. Like it's such a thing where it's just like it was convenient. It's too convenient, you know.
Yeah. On the world stage. Yo, but
Yeah,
I'm not denying that shit got out of hand and that it's real.
Mm.
yeah. It
You know,
coronavirus is real, and wear your mask, get vaccinated. I'm a full firm believer in uh that kind of stuff. As how much the vaccination actually works compared to this Delta variant, I'm unsure of, but I'd rather be safe for people in my family that has what is it, their immune system doesn't work as well as other people, so they could very possibly die from it. Like
Right.
I'm all for it.
Well, I mean,
yeah, so yeah.
I'm gonna get kind of real and kind of deep here for a second, but since January of 2020, I have had over 30 people that I know die, whether it was corona related or not. And the
Yo.
number keeps growing. That is not an insignificant amount of people, especially to one person. And I've known people who are healthy, they work out, they eat right, they don't have pre existing conditions, they don't have any issues, and they catch COVID and they die. Like, once that happens to you, someone who said, oh, I'll be fine. If I get Rona, I'm gonna be okay. And they catch Corona, and a week later they're on a ventilator dying. Like, shit's real. And, like, I. I don't know. It's really the thing about getting vaccinated and taking it seriously is it's not about it's about protecting yourself, but it's not just about protecting yourself. It's about protecting people who can't, who will die if they get the vaccine because of pre-existing issues. Like, think about someone other than yourself for 5 fucking seconds, bro.
Yeah, don't be a
That
douchebag.
that was my ultimate decision. I'm typically you know, more conservative, like leaning, and a lot of people are like, you know, conservatives are fucking idiots. I'll agree with this on this one, but uh like the whole fact that like it's my body, it's my choice. Like it's not really when you're talking about like millions of fucking people. Like yeah, just like going to the grocery store, how many people you pass in a day that you don't know their backstory, you don't know everything about them, and that they could possibly not be here to fucking tomorrow if they got that shit. Like
Right. And, you know, you bring up the point about you're generally more conservative, and that's where I get real nervous with like metalheads in general, because I am not straight. Like, I have an ex-wife, and I don't give a shit if you smoke weed or, you
No, see,
do
the
shrooms and shit like that. Like,
to cover my basis on how I feel politically, I think two vaccinated gay couples should be able to protect their pot farm with AR-15s. That's
yeah.
So I mean, it's a great way to explain it. I'm libertarian, um, and but like a little bit more like right leaning, I guess you could say. Like I like the thing is like the whole premise of the United States, the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. When you take away any of those parts on the life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, if I were to tell you you were wrong about your choices in life and your pursuit for happiness, that would make me a fucking hypocrite.
Right.
And fucking anybody else that like hears this and like I mean, you may have your own opinions, but just hear me out. Like, not everybody has to be, as we talked about earlier, cookie cutter. Um, we all can formulate our own opinions and just fucking don't believe everything the fucking TV tells you. Like, form your own opinion.
Right.
Yeah, and certainly, don't follow the advice of your drunk uncle on Facebook at 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ivermectin, you can ivermect this.
Yeah, it and we don't get super political here. This is probably the most political we've gotten. But I think people can usually generally tell where I lean on things. But when you talk about, political conspiracies, like you talk about Epstein, like we all know what happens. This one just happened to be very, very public. Like, it is what it is. And
I mean, yeah. But like the thing is like not a lot of people. There was who was it? Alex Jones that fucking said something about it way back when.
yeah,
Like that dude, I believe that dude's batshit crazy.
absolutely.
But the fact that he was able to say this shit and he like now he's like I was right, all you fuckers. Like this is like something where like with money and power, like people like can do whatever the fuck they want. Basically,
Mhm.
it is disgusting.
Yeah. Like, it it's fucking, I can go on and on about money and power and shit like that, and that's, how it changes this person, it does this and it does that, and it's like, all right, yeah, but who the fuck is going to listen to me?
Yeah.
Like, the people who are within earshot, cool. Like, I put my time and my energy and my focus into things that I might actually be able to make a change on. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I am quite big into politics and everything like that, but it's only because like I want like what's best for everybody. Like I like doing my research on things so that like everybody, like how I explained your community, everybody feels like they have a home place that they can go to and feel like accepted.
mhm. Well, and because that's the thing, is we don't have to agree on everything. As long as you're respectful, cool. Like, I mean, and that's the big thing that a lot of people are fucking missing now. And
Yeah.
we can have a difference of opinion and we can have an adult conversation, and then I can still say, "Cool, you're ready to have a beer. Let's go do whatever." Like, there's so much of that that's missing at this point, and I'm like, that's why I don't talk politics a lot. That's why I don't, a lot of that stuff I just keep my fucking head down and I shut the hell up. But you know, I it's just weird. And the thinking about like conspiracy theories, all the stuff that like pops into my head is like stuff that's like political. But
Yeah.
but one of the conspiracy theories that I I like to believe was probably true is, you remember when Wayfair had listings on their website of like, it was like toy chest, but it was all like these kids' names, and really you were just buying a child from Wayfair for like $400.
What?
Do you remember that?
No,
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, hold the fuck up.
No fucking way. I gotta look into this.
So helps if I can spell.
Yeah, a quick summary is that Wayfair was selling on their website items of furniture for like upwards of $10,000 and more,
Mm-hmm.
and they had like the items of furniture had very specific names, and someone worked out that the names on these pricey bits of furniture were names of actual missing children.
Mm-hmm.
And it
Whoa,
kind of,
yeah, I'm reading into this. Like, they said Anons may have busted human trafficking ring from seller on Wayfair selling $1,000 cabinets that are worth $20 or $200 with names of missing children, and they tagged FBI and Wayfair. That is fucking crazy.
Yeah. There's an Arizona, like, so there's articles everywhere saying it's debunked. I firmly believe that it was some third party seller on Wayfair's website, and like that's firmly what I believe. Or someone got into Wayfair's system and fucking listed it.
But I mean, how much money can you pay off to say something's debunked, you know?
Exactly. This article says an Arizona couple helped fuel the rumor by posting on Instagram that they had purchased a $17,000 desk from Wayfair and would share their experience with their followers. And they, like, the chick was she is self-described microblading artist, creator, entrepreneur, and social media maven. And she founded a company that sells beauty products. But like, I'm skimming this. So the video here we go. Conspiracy theorists point to Wayfair products that are listed for thousands of dollars and identified by human names, and connect those to reports of missing children with the same names as evidence that these children are being sold online. They believe that after the transaction is complete, a child, not the furnishing, will be delivered to the buyer. Justin Thompson explained in the video he ordered a $17,000 Wayfair desk to prove the human trafficking theory by revealing that the company is not actually delivering these high-priced products to buyers. They said that they were going to dispute the charges. After making the purchase, he said he found an original listing for the desk called Plinka USA and MDD, the manufacturer, to ask why the name and product numbers and prices were changed to be sold on Wayfair's website. Like, it there's like, the things are like, things just don't quite add up on it. And like, I firmly believe that somebody was trafficking children this way. I firmly fucking believe
Yeah.
that.
the only thing that I have a bone with about this, right, is that if I was spearheading a child trafficking ring through a major website, which is very spotlighted as it is when we have resources like the dark web, I can kind of see like the hiding in plain sight aspects of it, and I kind of understand that. What I don't get is, why would you use the actual names?
Yeah.
Because that to
So
me seems like a big duppy move, like idiocy.
So here's the thing. You're figuring out the gender of the kid, and a lot of human traffickers um leave clues as to like what the the kid would be quote unquote sold for, or like what the draw for buying that child is. They'll list kids who have a bigger attitude for less money so they sell better. Like human trafficking is one of those crazy things, and it's super hard to combat. But I firmly believe that, because Walmart also got accused of it too. Like, because Walmart uh um had the same kind of thing, but it was a third party seller on Walmart's website.
So it's the third party element that makes it more plausible, really.
Yes. So, and for legal purposes, I have no proof. I have no, there's nothing that I can say concrete that yes, Wayfarer was, you know, aiding in human trafficking. I don't have the proof. It's just a conspiracy theory that I think could be very plausible.
Well, I mean, even if they did, I'm looking at a fucking desk right now, and they still have fucking names on it. It says Aria. Like, it's crazy that they would still have like names attached to this.
Right.
And there's a Phileas. Like, this doesn't look like a high quality desk at all, and it $20,000.
Right.
Like, you're kidding me.
There's no fucking reason. Like Kalen desk. There's Kyler. Like that I wouldn't have a name anywhere at all associated with names like that. Just anywhere.
Yeah. The PR guy is smoking crack still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I get that means renaming all of your products, but still, like that's a fucking PR blow.
Yeah. I'd rather spend the day just calling it like fucking, the Oak Warrior.
Right.
Or like something like you can call it like, I don't know, fucking zealot, like anything. You can like literally throw like any Greek title, like old Greek like name on it, like, oh, this is a Zeus. Yeah, great. Like, it's Zeus. Woo!
Right.
Like,
the best one.
Yeah.
Or how about this? Fucking just call it a desk.
Right. Black wood desk.
maple. Maple. Tell me the type of wood.
Yeah. So that's my conspiracy theory that I believe in. Do you have one, Druid?
I believe that Jeffrey Epstein in prison was peeled like a fucking banana by Harambe.
Hell yeah.
And then when he peeled him like a banana, there was just a piercing erupting from his fucking exposed scalp.
'Cause I'm here without Harambe.
God damn it.
But he's still on my lonely mind.
Yeah, and then, I don't know, fucking Tony was jacking off in the corner.
Fuck yeah.
And Tay Zonde was singing. I move away from the gorilla to breathe.
I would hope so.
Because he'll go ape shit else. Yeah, I don't really have any, I don't really touch conspiracies on a whole. I read about things and formulate opinions, and I just don't call it a conspiracy if I believe it to be true.
Okay.
Sorry, 121 Dylan, but like we went super heavy, and like I don't care to go any further down the fucking rabbit hole, to be honest.
Big fair.
Because I want to sleep tonight.
Meh, who sleeps? Not me.
Well, definitely not me. Don't worry. Yeah. Should we shoot another one, or how are we doing for time?
Let's do one more and then we'll wrap it. Maybe something maybe a little lighter if we got
So-
one.
So I'll let you decide. 0121 Dylan's got two more questions.
Okay.
The first is, what's your claim to fame? Or we can say, what's something you love or take pride in but never get a chance to talk about?
Okay, yeah. The one that what do I love but I don't get the chance to talk about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to do that one.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. Let's fucking do it.
Shoot away.
Fucking space, man. I love learning about talking about space and like everything else to do with it. Just all the intricate things, like you don't know how like uh motivated I get like when I like saw the first picture of a black hole ever fucking posted on the internet. Like that really like blew my mind because black holes were only a theory, and that means like there's other things out there that we still don't know about in space. And just the whole dialogue with people like, do you really think someone's out there or there's other intelligent life out there? And it's like
Mm.
when it comes to the idea of how much of a possibility for life there is, and us being the only one, I find really fucking hard to understand, like how there's not more life out there. Um, there was a Israeli was it Israeli? I believe it was an Israeli like parliament kind of member that talked about how we had actually had uh meetings with aliens, and that they weren't gonna like expose themselves to us until we were technologically ready and like mentally ready and everything like that. And like kind of just like there's a whole like federal space like uh kind of ordeal, like where there's like a bunch of like higher governments of like space and stuff like that. And it was a weird topic, but it was definitely really fucking cool. And like I just everything about fucking space really.
Yeah. I like that shit as well. Wish I could get my head around the science of it better, but I'm not a scientist. I love the whole idea of dark matter and how unfathomable it is that is like an actual form of matter that exists, and it formulates most of like the space that we live in, but we can't see it or perceive it. I think that's fascinating.
Yeah, that's space is just insanely cool and something that I never really thought or talked about much until actually Toast.
Yeah, he was into that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just touch a little bit on the topic I just had previously mentioned?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It says by NBC News, a former Israeli space security chief sent eyebrows shooting heavenward by saying that Earthlings have been in contact with uh, aliens from a galactic federation. And this was December 8th of 2020. Um, and basically that all the other nations had basically known about it. And it says they have been waiting until today for humanity to develop and reach a stage where we will understand in general what space and spaceships are. Although we have yet to find signs of extraterrestrial life, NASA is exploring the solar system and beyond to help us answer fundamental questions, including whether we are alone or whether we are or not alone in the universe. And there was just it was kind of like when those monoliths were appearing across the world. I don't know if you guys had seen it, where there
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
one in the desert in California, then way off everywhere else. So it's actually really cool, crazy time. And then for that kind of talk, but then everything kind of fell off, and I just really enjoyed that kind of talk.
But that'd be crazy if the monolith thing was real, because then it would basically prove that the film 2001: A Space Odyssey was exactly right.
Right.
Because that is the premise of that movie, and the book that influenced it is that when humanity reaches these monoliths that appear on Earth, that kind of makes the evolution of humanity quicken towards interstellar travel, and that's the whole premise of that.
I fully believe it.
Yeah, that's
I'll tell you what you need to watch, Puma. There's a fucking film by a director called Terrence Malick called Voyage of Time, and it chronicles the beginning of the universe to the death of the universe, and it's really fucking interesting.
That might send me into a fucking panic attack, but I'll probably watch it.
Yeah, Ginger. What don't? Well, yeah. Sorry to move on, but I realise how long we've been talking. So, Ginger, what do you love to? What don't you get the chance to talk about that you love?
I there was a point in time in my teen years that I made cakes every weekend. Everybody talks about like cake and having cake at like birthdays and shit like that, and it never was my thing because I made so many cakes in my high school years and all those kinds of things. Like I never, like eat cake now. I don't eat pie, I don't eat sweets, I don't really do a whole lot of that stuff, but I have pictures of cakes that I made that were 100% edible, and it was like an airplane or a guitar or a basket with a bear sitting in it for a baby shower, or like a jungle scene, or a wrestling ring and shit like that. I was actually a pretty accomplished cake decorator, and I stopped doing it when I moved out of the house, partially because I didn't have the materials and the supplies and all the piping tips and cake levelers and cake pans, and I didn't have all that shit. But now, like, I'm sure if I sat down and I tried to do it again, it would take a little while, but I could start doing it again. And my mom and I would do them together. She would work on them. If she took a Friday off of work to finish a cake, she would work on it when I was at school, and then I'd come home and we'd work on it together, and when she would go to bed, I would stay up and keep working on a cake. And it's something that I was really proud of, but I don't even know if you know Druid, and we talk about a lot of different things. We've talked about, photography and all sorts of stuff. I don't know if you knew about that.
No, yeah, that's the first for me. That's cool as fun.
And so yeah, I mean, like, my mom and I, we would do catering events. We would do cakes, and she had a little business. And we, when I graduated high school and she didn't have anybody at home really to help her anymore, she stopped doing it. And she'll do a cake every now and then, but she took pictures to a food convention where Duff Goldman was, the guy who did Ace of Cakes.
Oh, yeah.
And she showed him pictures of some of my cakes, and he was like, anytime you're near any one of the shops, just let us know. We'd love to see what you can do with a professional kitchen. And I was like 15, and I was like, what? Huh? So it's
yeah, if I ever make it to Iowa, part of your YouTube empire, we can start a baking show.
Oh my god, that'd be insane.
Where I get baked and eat your cakes.
Well, and it was.
I would probably burn something.
Listen, I mean, the amount of times my mom and I had to like stand on a kitchen chair to wipe the frosting off of like the top face of the cabinets because like I had pulled the mixer out of a batch of frosting before letting the beaters spin down all the way, and I would just fling frosting everywhere. There'd be cake batter, or we had a drill with a paint stir attached to it whenever we would do like spaghetti dinners, and we'd be making the pasta sauce. We'd dump all the stuff in like a 5-gallon bucket, and we cut a hole in the lid, and we just stick that fucking paint stir in that bucket, and that's how we stirred sauce because there was just so much of it that we couldn't keep up.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of hard work that you put into that.
I mean, it was a lot, but I mean, some of it was super rewarding. No, I don't have any on my page, but my mom does. So, let me find albums. So, this photo, which it's, listeners, it's a pretty basic cake, but that was the very first cake that I did by myself. But I mean, I was doing some pretty insane stuff.
Yeah, to the listener, they are very impressive, I must say.
The last one is a wrestling ring that has a ramp. So you come down the ramp, or it's got the little ramp and then the ring, and that was the first iteration we did of the wrestling ring cake, where we didn't make everything 100% edible. So there were like dowel rods and little dollops of icing, and more dowel rods to make like the ropes and the corners of the ring. The final version that we ended up doing, which I don't unfortunately have, we were using flavored candy canes and licorice strings to make the ropes and posts, and we made a little, you can see the guys can see in the picture, we made a lattice with lights in it, and we would put pictures on the lattice to make it kind of look like TVs and like close-ups of the action. And that wasn't edible, but the rings got more elaborate and the ramp got more elaborate, and this was stuff that I was doing in high school.
That's like a childhood dream. Like
Yeah.
I'll try and explain everything a little bit. So there's like a white kind of like, it's almost like a doorway entrance with pictures on the left and right and at the top. But like I can see where like it's supposed to mimic like the TV screens of them like entering the ring, and it is elaborate. This that actually looks like really nice. Something like me growing up off of WWE, like I would have fucking loved as a kid.
Mm-hmm. We did, I don't know how many of those wrestling ring cakes, and we asked them for figures to put in the ring. And so the kids' own figures got put in their wrestling ring cakes, or we would have the parents buy like figures for the kids so they had, a present off of their cake.
That's badass.
Like, my mom did my wedding cake, and she did a beautiful job, and I will never ever be upset about it. And she was really upset because it started to lean before the actual wedding. So she's like, my cake is leaning over, and I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom, I don't know what you want me to do.
Like that's back into like the topic, the perfection versus raw like things. Like cake is gonna be cake.
Mm-hmm.
Cake is gonna have like certain like figures about it, like that causes like those kind of things to happen. But just the like fact that it was done, like, and there's a bunch of like love put into it, like that makes it perfect in itself.
Yeah, I mean, the wedding cake that my mom, let's see, I wonder if she still has them up. Um, my my mom did a beautiful job on our wedding cake. We did not give her an easy assignment for the wedding, and she did a phenomenal job. There it is. That's a decent picture, but she did it all by hand, and the venue, she did it by hand at the venue, and the venue was too hot, and everything was melting in her hand as she was piping it onto the cake, and just it was definitely a labor of love on her behalf.
That is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that's pros, but
She my mom is a very talented woman. By the end of my wedding, though, she and my dad had both eaten edibles, and my mom was drunk, just hand in like a claw motion, just scooping from the bottom tier of the cake and just eating it with her hand because she was so fucking high. It was so funny.
I mean, that cake is just fucking outstanding. Like there's a tree coming in from the bottom left side up to the very top of the cake. It's got 3 layers, but I mean, like that's a lot of detail, and it just looks absolutely phenomenal, and like a minimalist enough to like have everything pop. Like
Mhm.
it's just amazing.
yeah, well, and for that aspect, like not gaudy at all. It's like it's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was very much us and kind of how we were, because we're not big fucking. We were never big and flashy with stuff. We were always just very chill, and never did things in too big of a crazy manner. I mean, our wedding was not super duper flashy either. Like, she had a really pretty dress, but I mean, for Christ's sake, this that's one of the many pictures that got snapped of me doing stupid shit. It's, me drinking out of a beer mug that my brother is holding, but he's not tipping it up far enough, so I can't really drink out of it. Like, yeah, I mean, it just the not crazy, not flashy. We just like to joke and have fun. But my mom, she obsessed over that damn cake. She was so obsessed over it. And it was delicious. So, but no, that's one of those things I don't get to talk about and be excited about very often. As you can tell, I got real excited about it.
That's what, doing a 121 Dylan proud.
God, I hope so. And you can trim as much of that as you want. But well, I think with that, we've been going for quite a while, and Puma, it has been an absolute fucking pleasure to sit and record this podcast with you and just have great fucking conversations.
Maybe if I'm on again, instead of an introduction, I'll be like more hostile about stuff.
Hell yeah.
That's the one where we all get fucked up and scream and yell at each other. In good ways, though.
Yes.
We're just like, fuck yeah, I love that fucking idea.
Yeah. Absolutely. So
It is an honor being here, though.
Yeah, it was great having you on.
Yeah. So, Puma, my friend, will give you a few minutes to plug anything that you want to plug. Where can people find you? Things like that.
Any social media, basically a hostile Puma. All the way from like Twitter, Snapchat, OnlyFans, Facebook, Twitch, twitch.tv/hostile Puma. But yep, that's about where all you can find me. Just an average dude.
Hell yeah. Well, with that, I think we're going to be wrapping it up here, guys. Thank you so much for listening. And guys, make sure you go and love on Puma. Some people think I stream late. Puma streams even later. So if you are a night owl, make sure you're checking him out and giving him some love. Druid, absolute pleasure.
As always.
So we will talk to you guys next week for a very special episode of the podcast. But with that, that's the end of the podcast. Love you guys. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.